5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're old, rolling like a geezer.
Welcome, everybody. It is once again time for Graybeard's Studio. This is episode 169. We are one episode away from 170. I don't think that really means anything, but there you have it. Tonight, or today, this afternoon, depending on where you're located, we are drawing characters with guns, which made me a little nervous. I'm not, I consider guns tech. And I'm not a tech guy at all. I don't like drawing stuff that requires rulers and stuff. So, I tried to talk Gary out of it, but it was his turn to pick. So we were discussing backstage a little bit about certain possibilities. And as we discussed those possibilities, the light bulb started going off. And I said, you know what? This might not be too bad after all. So let's just see. Let's get the show on the road. Let's bring in our one of our main co-hosts here, of course, the always interesting David Williams. Hello, David.
Happy 250th America. Hope you guys had a happy 4th of July. We will not allow any devil rat communist scum take over America. It's never going to happen.
It's beautiful, man. Thank you. Here's a guy who kind of toyed with being not a communist scum for a while, but thought better of it. Please welcome Gary Martin.
I deny thinking about being a communist, but I can't speak about the scum part. Aaron,
at least you're honest. Yes.
When I visited David in ABQ, he wanted to take me to his favorite Mexican restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
David, you remember this? But he warned me that it was in a rough neighborhood, and the last time he was there, a fight broke out. Okay. So I asked him, "Aren't you afraid to eat there?" David said, "When I eat the food, it's the food that's afraid."
I think you blew that joke, Gary.
I think you blew the
timing. It was going smooth, and then you just tripped at the last minute. It's like it's like an old person tripping and falling when they least expect it. It's just like I had my feet underneath. Dang, I went down.
When I was visiting David at ABQ.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was wondering where this lie was going because Gary does not eat Mexican food.
And then I blew the lie.
Well, here's a guy who's always traveling around trying to get a free meal. It's our good friend, Dan Lawless. Hey, Dan.
Happy 250.
It's like, you know what? When you put that hat on, I expect you to have more of a gray beard, but you really don't, because you need that sort of, you need my white to kind of look like Uncle Sam, right? To get that kind of,
I think so.
That little,
I'm an
little white tufted beard that Uncle Sam has.
Dan, did you appear in public wearing that?
Yes, I did many times. Why do you ask?
What are you getting at, Gary?
Yeah, what's the problem? It's very patriotic.
Yeah, I like it. We fly our flag
in America.
We fly our flag all year round outside our house, along with the Christian flag. We have them hanging there, and no one in this neighborhood has burned our house down yet. So we'll see.
America, yeah.
F yeah.
Yeah, man.
Gonna come save the S&D.
Well, maybe that's why we're drawing guns today. Is that's this our way of saying,
Yeah.
arm yourselves,
Yeah.
for any potential conflict that may be coming our way.
Yeah.
This
Well,
today-
they what's to stop them from putting you all on taking a neighborhood, putting them on buses and send them to some camp. They can do it. They can, and they're if the wrong people get in power, nothing to stop them if you don't have any right to bear arms.
People are in power.
Settle down there, Dan. Settle down.
I'm just saying that how these things happen is we forget our freedoms are hinged on the right to bear arms. No right to bear arms, no freedom. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Freedom isn't free.
I'm afraid for what's happening.
Well, I mean, some people might say that it's our right to bear naked, but that's a completely different.
No, it's not. That
it is proud Oregon.
Is always. It has and always shall be illegal. Because it's just so ugly.
They had that stupid. Have you seen that, Gary? The nude bike ride thing, the naked bike.
They do that. They've done that every year for years.
Yeah, every year, yeah.
Oh, remember when there used to be like public indecency laws, and now they like encourage this? I mean, it's just you got to be
the problem. I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is that type of crowd are the ones that you would least like to see naked.
Yeah. It's like if they had a naked comic book convention. You're like, I don't want to do that.
No.
Like, I'll show up for supermodels and bikes, but not port.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I put my stamp of approval on that. Yes,
that's right. Maybe they could do that.
There ought to be a law. You need a group of people, volunteers, to evaluate the women and see which ones can get afraid or not.
That's right. So
I will. I'm happy to. I know it take time out of my day. It's an inconvenience, but I could do it.
Have you guys ever been to a comic show as a guest or something where they asked you to like judge a costume contest? Have you ever had that happen to you?
No.
Yeah.
I have.
It was a horror show.
Gary refused to vote for anyone. He's like, none of these people deserve to win.
Yeah, so you end up voting for the costume that sucks the least,
or the costumer that is in best shape. It's closest to wearing that.
Yeah, someone who did a push-up within the last year.
There's old videos on YouTube about like the old San Diego Comic-Con costume contests. And oh man, they had what's that?
Yeah.
Actually, I tell you, some of the costumes are clever as heck. The last time I went to one, oh my gosh, this guy was, in the George Romero's Creep Show, that one story of the crate. This guy was a crate. And then he came out of the box that he was, in, like he was walking around as the crate. And so it was so cool. It was just really, really awesome.
Clever, actually. No, you do see a lot better stuff walking around the hall floor, like in San Diego and stuff, and bigger shows. You see better caliber of costume and, that stuff than we used to back in the day. But
well, now they have professionals.
Yeah.
And
it is like you said, they do like. You've got models and stuff that will dress up as these, like thinking they're going to be discovered, which I don't know what they think that looks like.
Yeah, I don't know why they do it, but yeah.
There was this dude, man, this huge guy at San Diego, big black guy dressed as Luke Cage, the 70s with the yellow. He had to have been probably 6'3" or 6'4" and just freaking huge. It was incredible, and you're like, when you see that, you just kind of wonder, okay, so why is that guy even here doing this? But
he could be getting paid. I mean, I think doesn't the conventions hire some of these people, some of these cosplayers?
Sometimes. But mostly just the girls, never the guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, really, the girls. Yeah,
that's right. But
I saw once a family. It was a husband, wife, and a kid, and they were obviously all physically fit bodybuilders. And it was Batman, a Catwoman, and the kid was Robin or something. and this fairly small kid, but he was in shape too. They all were like, ripped. It was the coolest family I ever saw.
That I appreciate, but I was at the Seattle show and there was these one girl and like 4 dudes, and all the guys were dressed as Daredevil and the one girl was dressed as Elektra. There might've been 2 girls, but it was like this big group, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at the 2 girls that were Elektra were in good shape, weren't embarrassed, embarrassing themselves by the costume. The Daredevil dudes were like skinny with pot bellies, and just I was like, if you guys have no shame, look at your
they don't even act like the characters. They're not even in character.
Yeah,
that's what makes it worse.
That's true. They're just walking around like eating hot dog or
You guys, what if you're at a convention and you saw this cosplay right here? Check it out.
Uh-oh.
That's AI.
I know. I said, what if you saw this? Isn't that so cool, man?
Is that,
it's got everybody. It's got, the original Adam West and Lou Ferrigno, and then the man from Atlantis. What was his name? I forget.
Patrick Duffy or something.
Patrick Duffy, yeah.
He was never that jacked.
Exactly.
Yeah. But isn't that awesome though? That I hate AI mostly, but then you get something like this, goes, oh, that's so cool, man.
They're such a nerd.
Yeah, you are, Dan, but I do like
it. I don't care.
Now, did ISIS pass away? The lady that, why am I thinking that?
Aaron, why are we dissecting this photo?
Because it's not even a photo. What brings to mind, because David, what'd you say about ISIS chick? Did she pass away?
She'll never pass away.
Okay. Because she's ISIS.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well,
Linda Carter's boobs aren't big enough though.
No, that's true. So you have to put it back in AI and go, could you enlarge her breasts, please? And then probably stick them on the Hulk instead of her. Good old AI. Is this, no, wait a minute, who's Spider-Man? Is that like that Nicholas, what's his face dude from the television show?
They didn't do it right.
Aaron, I think it's time to see who's in the chat.
We're turning this whole show into breaking down this.
Hey, this is great, man.
Good old, that's good. That's good. Good fun, Dan. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move it along then. Creative Fans here.
Creative Fans.
Take aim and fire for another great episode. Boy, we've really got them fooled, don't we? About the quality of the show.
Yeah, what do you mean another?
JP,
wait a minute, how do you guys interpret that in any other way but great? Like that's a great compliment.
It is, but we feel like
another great episode. I mean, they're all great, and just as another one, it's great.
See, this is why we have Dan on the show, because he's the positive influence. He's always patting himself on the back, and then sometimes he spreads that love around to all of us.
Well, I'm trying to teach you guys.
Him is his opposite.
I'm trying to teach you guys proper manners. So this is just finishing school right now. So.
Okay, finishing school. JP Roca is here. Pantheon 7900. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is always here. Major Glitch from across the pond. He says characters with guns. So who is drawing Graham Nolan? Interesting. Dan Lawless is in the chat as well as on the show. Randy Howell, all the way from Canada, says Aaron should draw Bullet Man being fired out of a cannon. Look at this, Gary. The suggestions are rolling in already.
Well, see, now's the time to do that.
That's true.
Not, and I repeat, not after you guys have already started drawing.
Headless Bourgeoisie says David should draw 1939 Batman. He had a gun. He did. Rand Arrington is here. Magma Liquor. He's predicting a Deadpool or a Punisher.
Hey, Sleeping Staccato is going on, is doing Katie did's bit. She's going, hello.
Oh, I haven't got to her yet.
Okay.
Let's see. Rand Arrington says, I wonder. What was that, David?
I didn't say nothing.
Okay, I'm echoing through your mic again. Rand Arrington says, I wonder who Aaron will blame being late on this week. Well, Rand, I accept no blame. Well, thanks you for bringing that up, though, as I knew they would. Craig69 says, no way I'm missing this. Oh, yeah, I'm not here. Okay. Matthew,
is that a pun on the guns? No way I'm missing this.
Well, no, because he's Craig69, and this is episode 169. So he says, no way I'm missing this.
Oh.
And then he says, oh, I'm not here, because he always says he's not here. Come on, Dan. So
what does 169 episode mean? You can say anything filthy you want.
I guess.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. I didn't just okay that. Matthew Muma is here. Eric Boyd Creations. He says, life's a ticket, and I don't mean for the show. Infer what you will. Well, it is for all of us. You know, there's going to be an episode, Gary, where we're all late, and that's because we all died of old age. And it will just, like, where are they? And they go, oh, they're all dead.
Well, no, it wouldn't happen on the same show.
It might, though. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Where's Gary? Where's David? Where's
He's not moving.
And finally, where's Dan?
Yeah. Poke him with a stick, you know?
Now, see, Dan's older than he looks. That's the thing. So.
Yeah, I'm up there.
Let's see. Moromi is here. Repairman Jack. Corey Landis. He said, here we go. See right there. Woohoo. Here we geezers go. See, he knows it. We're on borrowed time, Gary. Let's see here.
No, that falls right into my beef later.
Well, okay.
Right into it.
JP Roca says, I picked up Zorro Legacy and I really liked it. I didn't even know it was out. Oh, I guess it is. The first issue was supposed to be out in July, and here we are in July. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, JP Roca. Stealth X5 for $2 says hello. Thank you, Stealth. Appreciate that.
Doesn't Zorro fire a musket every once in a while?
Well, classic Zorro does, but this was like modern Zorro. He's more like Daredevil Zorro.
Okay.
Night Elf DK says a commie Gary would not have ruined that joke. Okay. So he's saying like communists are funnier than
no, they're not funny at all.
I don't know if that's really true.
Well, it's supporting me not being a communist.
Okay. Well,
the thing is, if you're a communist and you're funny, they kill you.
Then you're not a communist.
they throw you in the gulag. You know?
That's right.
It doesn't last very long, Con.
Iodine 74 is here. He's a monster. I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about, so I'm not even going to get into it. Let's see who else we got. Bretsky the Great. He says, "Salute chat, salute beards." Rini told me at Heroes Con a few weeks ago that she loved being on the show and wants to come back. All right, I'll reach out. Steve Giblin is here. Jace. Oh, now wait a minute. What is this? Jason Koppinen. Canadian PM Mark Carney is a WEF stooge. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Was that an unpaid political announcement I just read? I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're Americans. We don't. Well, actually, aren't there a number of Canadians who?
Oh, we have
fans?
a ton of Canadians in this.
I mean, Randy is Randy. I think Randy might be Canadian. Yes.
We don't care about those mother Canuckers.
There you go.
Mother Canuck. What the heck?
Sika Desonic says Cebulski and Slot naked wrestling would really make a con memorable for sure.
David, instead of saying Mother Canuckers, try saying this wonderful neighbors of the North. So I'm going to fix everything. I'm going to fix all you guys up here with proper manners.
Trying.
Substitute Mother Canuckers with wonderful neighbors of the North. Try instead.
Rand Arrington's getting a little saucy here. He says, I went to Chicago Con in a year and a chick was walking around as Red Sonja, so a chainmail bikini, and that was it. He says, I can confirm that the drapes and carpet did indeed match. Couldn't believe she didn't get arrested.
Yeah.
So in other words, It was chainmail, but they ain't nothing underneath the chainmail, and you could see through the chainmail because it's chainmail.
And hey, if I was a security, I'd be like, "Come with me, ma'am."
Into this room right over here. We need to ask you a few questions.
Yes, I would claim I'm doing research for science and wanted to ask her about the chafing situation.
Yes.
I
hope it wasn't in winter that con. Oh my god.
Yeah, get like frozen and oh no,
that'd be a cold bikini.
Yeah, my son and I, when he was in junior high, we went to New York Comic Con, and there was, because I was set up in Artist Alley, so we would get in early, but there was a line already formed outside waiting to get in the Javits Center, and like fifth in line was this girl who had
with hands.
She had hands, among other things, and she had like these striped pants on with suspenders. No shirt, just boobs hanging out. And I'm like covering my son's eyes, going, "No, you're too young. You can't." It was like, and
Dad, I love Comic Cons.
You're never too young to see a beautiful girl.
Oh, I just thought it was so inappropriate and unexpected. I was like, "Come on, man, put some clothes on."
It's just how attractive was she? I mean, that's really the only.
She was okay. She was fine. She wasn't like gross or anything. But I was just shocked. I was like, "Why do you not have a shirt? You just standing?" And she was like, nonchalantly, didn't seem to bother her a bit, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe she.
You go to an art museum. There's naked ladies all over the place, and naked men.
What kind of museums do you go to there, Dan? I think, Dan,
Renaissance paintings.
Dan, instead of saying museums, say strip club.
Substitute. Try instead. Hey, we're really getting an echo, David.
Yeah, I think he's working on it, and I'm okay. So Ronan is here. Scribe Comics, John Platt, who is also, I believe, across the pond. Gollum Wolf is here. We got off on some tangents there, didn't we?
How's that? Is it still echoing?
Let's try. Let's see.
Still hear me? Moromi says, "I'm saving my suggestions until pencil hits paper." So he's obviously a contrarian, goes against everything Gary stands for.
Of course. See, I'm going to learn someday that I want to say the opposite of what I want.
Yeah, kind of like George Costanza, right?
Yeah. If every instinct you had is wrong, the opposite must be correct.
Right, yeah. Look at these suggestions. Shadow with a pair of 45 says Balton Saijin. What else we got here?
So David or Gary, you could go.
I think you're good.
Girl, you could approach a girl and go, I'm 70 years old. I live at home and I draw comic books. And she'd be like, "Hi."
Hey.
Yeah. And I'm on Graybeards.
And I got my own show. Sleeping Psychopathy says, "Thank you for starting late." Is that like a left-handed compliment kind of thing? It's kind of like she's getting a jab in there. It gave me time to get the right song for this week's AI. Of course, Sleeping Psychopathy has been producing these really kind of fun little AI videos of us for like intros.
Hey, is Sleeping Psychopathy the same one as Jamie then? The same person? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Byron Smith is here.
Oh, I see the same logo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got here. Everybody, there are a lot of people saying Judge Dredd.
I drew a Judge Dredd.
Gollum Wolf says, "Aaron, I got the Rogue piece with no issues. She's on my wall now. Looks awesome. Thank you. I'm glad it got there safely. We're always concerned about that." Let's see. Scribe Comics says, "Do Flash Gordon." Look at all these suggestions. Apex Comics is simping for Bikini Con. There's Art of Roy.
But for girls, man, specify
Yeah.
women.
Exactly. Sequential Treasures. I'm here. I picked up Zorro Legacy #1 today, Aaron. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see here.
Ooh, the Fool Killer. That is cool.
Okay, I think we got everybody. Apex Comics just throwing out a gamut. He says guns, characters with guns: Nick Fury, Silver Sable, Rawhide Kid, Deadshot, Judge Dredd. That's just a handful. So
nobody said the Shadow.
Someone did say the Shadow. Someone's Apex Sequential Treasures is saying he wants someone to do the Fool Killer.
That's a good character too.
Revy from Black Lagoon. My goodness, look at these guys. All right. This is an exciting day because we have some really good show and tell. I know that for a fact because I've seen some of it already. David Williams, are you prepared to show our folks at home something of great value that will be appearing in Barbaric Adventure?
Yeah. Drum roll.
All right.
Fine.
Oh, wait a minute. That's me. We want to go David. There you are. You're full screen.
Look at my pretty face.
Mm.
Hold on.
Dude.
Wow. Okay. Here's the pencils to a page. I'm not going to say which page it is. And this original art is 20 by 15, and this is just the pencils, like I said. But here's the final page with all the gray tones on it.
That looks fantastic.
So now
that's going to be so cool. And you were telling us earlier that this is huge. This art is huge, isn't it?
Yeah. 20 by 15.
Now, David, how many pages have you thrown away since you started this project?
You don't want to know.
You see this, I'm just looking at the
That's not the
storytelling.
important thing.
Looking at the storytelling, you see this a nun character. I don't really notice until the last panel that she's made out of metal. I was like, what?
This is like,
wow, that is cool.
Now, is she made of metal or does she have
Well,
leprosy?
I don't think she's made of metal.
She's got armor on.
Her face is shiny too.
She's armored.
She's a warrior nun. I'll let that spoiler come out.
Does she have leprosy? So she's got like metal all covering her body, you know?
No.
Okay.
Is that one of those beauty masks
I
they wear
said-
at night? With the solution inside,
But even during the process, you could see, I changed some of the storytelling.
Oh yeah, you added the looking in the bag thing. Very cool.
Yeah, you gotta move the camera, and what she's saying here, this would probably be better for what she's saying here. It'd make more sense instead of kind of repeating the same
Right.
thing. So that's what you guys will be getting, from my pages, quality wise.
There you go. So
And I have a couple of things that are still available. I have this from Graybeards when we had to draw on a cover for some strange reason.
oh, that
But I
turned out
got
really
this
well.
Hulk cover. It's available, so contact me. And also have this,
Ooh.
trying to recreate Jim Lee's
That's great.
style. And I forgot that here's another Batman. If anybody buys this, I'll throw this in.
Really?
Oh, man.
Throw it in? That's something in itself. What do you
I know.
want
I
to
like
throw?
that one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So contact me on Instagram or on X, and you go from there.
And I'll remind everybody that Barbaric Adventures, the link is in the description of this video as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you have not backed this book, I highly recommend you doing it because it's going to be amazing. And yeah, we're all moving right along on that. And in fact, Dan, I think, is on the final stages of his story. He like gummied it up and everything. So he's ahead of the rest of us. And but yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. You don't want to miss this.
Hey, Dan, Dan, do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I got to get it in front of a couple people first to see if I need a good reaction. I need some good reactions. And
He feels good about it right now, though.
I'm nervous. I'm hopefully optimistic. Optimistic.
I'm sorry, Dad. I need to interrupt you. What do you mean you need good reaction? So you're just going to keep showing it to people until somebody says they like it?
It's kind of well, that guy's a hard critic. I'm not going to show it to him.
All righty.
Eventually, I'll find somebody.
Eventually, you'll find someone.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, when I'm not an experienced writer necessarily, so when I draw something, I know it's good. But when I write something, I'm not as sure. You know, I need the confidence level's a little lower. Although I'm a storyteller, I've told other people's stories. Telling my own story, it's a little bit walking out.
Pressure.
Yeah, it's a little
he's
bit.
He's feeling the pressure.
No net, you know.
Yeah, that's right. But it looks great, and I'm sure it is great. So let's take a look now at, speaking of great, Gary, what have you got for us? Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, I showed this unfinished piece last week. Here it is completed.
Yeah. That's really cool.
I do the comic book technique feathering for the cross hatching.
You know, seriously, why isn't something like this in like the modern Museum of Modern Art? I mean, you see like the Andy Warhol piece, like is crap.
I've been waiting by my phone and it hasn't run yet.
But this is modern art. This is I don't know. I wish they would respect comic artists more, because I think it's some of the greatest art is happening in comic art, you know.
Well, you know what's interesting about this is how you're using cross hatching to create those soft gray areas, because when you pull out, it doesn't necessarily look like your standard comic book art. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the line work and stuff just sort of becomes that softer gray. And so it's remarkable that you're able to get that using your lines, line work to create that, because that's a really nice piece right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, really good.
This is available if anybody wants it.
Now, Brobarian says, who is that? Betty White?
Oh, man.
Betty White wishes she looked like that.
Yeah, that's right. This is definitely.
So I am starting to wind down on my bargain books. There might just be, one or two more of these. So I just started posting artwork on eBay. I'm going to be selling some, and I will share the link for that. Here's a couple of pieces from my private collection that's up for sale. Here's a Nestor Redondo from the Filipino comics before his DC career. Let me zoom in a little bit on his talking about magic. I mean, come on.
These guys are.
Yeah.
Redondo had that great line, like most of the Filipinos did, but his drawing was top. I mean, he was probably the best.
Yeah, I think he was the most
craftsman,
elegant artist.
I mean, Nino was the weirdest, and Nebres is wonky but cool. But he was like more in a traditional,
Here's another one. This is from it was an advertisement for a poultry infection control product. NF 180, and there is the guy in the bottom panel. Yeah.
What?
Tell me more about NF 180. And here's the poultry back here.
That's cool.
This reminds me of Neil Adams when he was at Continuity used to do all kinds, especially in the 70s, like Scotch tape ads and things like that.
Right.
Right.
And then I'm going to share one more. Here's another Redondo piece. I think I'm not sure what this is. I think because it's not in English. I think this is an ad for batteries. I'm not sure. The guy in his Willie's Jeep, and look at that face. I mean, come on.
Look how well drawn this is. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And then here he is holding something up, which I'm assuming is the battery for the the flashlight. Anyway,
Very trusting.
These are on my eBay right now. I will share the link for anyone interested. I've got a variety of stuff besides Nestor Redondo, and I'll be in the next couple of weeks, probably, depending on how well I do, be posting more stuff.
Don't you wish you still had that Redondo oil painting from
oh boy,
Savage Sword that was there? Oh.
Yeah, there's the link for the stuff I'm selling right now.
All right, there you go. There you go, Gary. Thank you very much. Dan, Double D Lawless. Speaking of Double D, what?
I'm showing these two pictures because I did these on the Comics Gay Kings, and I'm using my color pencil technique, and I'm going to try it today again. And I did last week. I did the Vulture, and then I did this one. Actually, where's the Vulture? I should show the Vulture.
You should.
Hang on
so this is on that special paper. The what's it called?
It's a frosted mylar.
Frosted mylar. I was thinking frosted was the word I was looking for there.
Yeah. Well, I forget it. I'll find it later. But yeah, but it's pretty cool. You know, it's working out.
If he does say so himself.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I can do a good shadow today. We'll see how it works out.
Okay, so you're leaking information. You're going to be drawing the shadow.
Who knows what I'll be drawing today? The shadow knows.
Gorgeous Catwoman, says Apex.
Are you all right with the colors on these when you scan them at this point, Dan?
Yes. The funny thing is I pulled out my old scanner, and it's an Epson, I forget what it's called here, V500, and it's much better. It still has some of it still looks better in person to see this stuff in person, but
sure,
it's way better. And I can't believe I've been using the other crappy scanner for so long. And this is an older scanner, works better. I was surprised to find that out. I'm much happier now. Because I wouldn't even scan in I do a color pencil. I wouldn't even scan it in because it looked like crap scanned in, you know. So I'm happy with these scans, much better. And I did do a little bit of photoshopping over her, just clean it up a little bit around here and stuff. But yeah, so it's cool. But it's fast. It's a fast way to get a full color illustration.
No, I look how I like how smooth you get that. It looks like paint, which I really like.
That's when I discovered this way back, 40 years ago.
Back in the day.
That was about 40 years ago.
It's amazing to say.
And the interesting thing too is this paper that I use. It doesn't really yellow. It's got longevity. So I was afraid, maybe it's something that would disintegrate or something.
Markers on that?
Nope, it's all color pencil.
Only all color.
But the way it blends, Dave, it's got tooth to the paper, and it just pulls the stuff off. But you gotta be kind of careful. You gotta use it light to dark and that sort of thing. So
yeah.
But boy, does it like that yellow, man. I'll show you when I get on the page here in a few minutes. You'll see how good it takes the paper. But
very nice. I mean, I'm kind of excited to watch you do this, live. Of course, we did that last week with the Vulture, right? You did basically the same thing with the Vulture.
I did.
But I wasn't really watching.
Oh, you didn't show the final version of that Vulture.
Okay, let's look at this first. Hang on a second.
How about no? Bring the Vulture right now.
Here we got the Vulture right here. You're sleeping psychopathies.
Yep.
Versions of us. There's Gary. Pretty cool, man. All right, this one. All I can say is I'm glad it worked. It's not turkey feathers, at least.
Dan,
Ukraine style, t-shirt, turkey style.
Dan has the peacock, man.
Yeah, I guess that's me. I don't know. But this one, of course, is badass.
Yeah, it is.
How come David's looks like he's the badass?
I know. Well, he got Brohawk. Got Hawk in the name there, so he got he.
I guess.
I got Peacock. I don't even know what would Peacock powers be even there. And what Gary's a crane? Is that what he is?
Yeah, at least I'm an eagle, I think. Aren't I an eagle?
Yeah, you're all American, man.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm okay
It's
with
got Aaron's smile. Look at it.
Thank you for that, Sleeping Psychopathy. We appreciate the effort to immortalize us like that. We appreciate it very much, actually. So, all right.
I can bring up the other one in a second here. The vulture from last week.
Okay.
In a second.
John Platt says that's Aaron as Captain Bald Eagle.
Okay, here's the vulture from last week.
Okay, they're asking, did the leg get corrected? And it did. You added the little leg back there. And
Yeah,
I think
just a little big.
That makes, that makes it.
It does. Yeah, it works.
So you're going to leave the background black and white, or is it something you're going to color?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have, I can't work for free. I mean,
no, I'm not.
So this is what I do, for fun, but I can't, unless somebody bought it, I would have to and wanted it finished. But actually, I think I like it as is.
Somebody paid you to finish it.
Exactly, and money, time is money. I mean, I gotta every time you put pencil to paper, it costs you.
I like that. It turned out well.
Turned out great.
Yeah, it did.
So so I'm gonna try this technique again for the fourth time. This time with the shadow.
He's got alcoholic nose and alcoholic knuckles.
Yeah, I try to push the color variation, just give him some interest, so it's not.
He's been drinking, and then he started punching after he got too drunk. But
yeah, I didn't get a chance to say this on the air about this last week. Just the colors on this piece. I just want to state officially that Dan, you are vibrant.
Yeah. Well, I am a peacock, I guess.
That's right. Vibrant Dan Lawless. Now, okay, so Darren Wagner says, "Hail, Graybeards, 40 minutes in and no drawing yet. We've been showing you nothing but drawings since we've been on. So I think that's a misleading.
Well, if he wants to pay us something, we'll get busy.
We can draw sooner.
What do we? Yeah, we don't work for free. What the heck?
Okay. I've got some stuff that I want to show. That's very good, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I had to come up with a new print for San Diego.
That's pretty cool.
And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to just do Silver Surfer because I don't really feel like I have my quintessential Silver Surfer drawing yet. And I did this and I really liked it. So I'm like, okay, we're making this print. And so I'm coloring it right now. But I was able to put this together over the last couple days. And
I love this piece. Actually, it's fantastic. The only thing is I would kind of downplay that package a little bit.
Hey,
a little white out. Just
wait a minute now. It's encased in silver, so it's fully protected. You don't have to worry.
All right, I'm just saying,
nothing fall. When I did do that, I was kind of like, I know someone's going to comment on the package, and sure enough,
well, you made it pretty sizable.
Dan does not disappoint. Okay, so and then I was like, do I have a Hulk drawing that I could, do as a print? And I did, and I just punched it up a little bit in Photoshop, and here's what that looks like. And this will also be a print first available at San Diego.
Oh, cool, man. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool. Man, I love the explosion, the background, everything.
Hey, Aaron, I think it would look more interesting if you rotated that explosion 90 degrees to the right.
And if I accentuated his Hulk package a little bit more, then I think we're onto something.
Hulk package.
I did this as a commission for somebody a couple of years ago, and it's one of my favorite pieces, but it was all in colored pencil, right? So it didn't have, and not the vibrant like colored pencil like Dan does. It was more pastel-y or subdued. So I went in and Photoshop and laid just some flat color on a multiply level over the top of the Bruce Banner face and the Hulk to enrich the color a little bit, and you still get the, you know, the shading and everything I did with the markers and the colored pencil in there. So, but
you still
yeah.
didn't add the signature.
What's that?
You still didn't add the signature.
I know. I haven't. Yeah, I was working on Silver Surfer, but David pointed out that I put this green border around it, and I covered up my signature down here. So it's like I gotta import a signature on there so to authenticate it. But yeah, so these are going to be two of the new prints that I have available at San Diego, and because these are copyrighted characters, Marvel and DC sort of frown on us like mass selling them, but they kind of let us get away with it. It shows. So I can't really sell those on my website. Although if someone were to contact me privately and say, hey, I'd love to get a signed print of that, we could, of course, make that happen.
Unadvertised special.
Right, exactly. Now, there's a couple more things I want to show. I was going through my flat files. Again, you know, we talk about doing a piece and say, God, you know, that really sucks. So I don't throw it away. I always like put them aside. And then like months later, I'll look at it and go, okay, does this really suck? Or can I do something with it? And I was going through there and I found this Sabretooth piece that was half finished. I think I started on Comicsgate Kings and then changed my mind because I thought it stunk. And then I looked at it and go, this is pretty good. So I went in, added some more shadows, some black into it, finished the drawing, inked it up, and now it's in the old portfolio for sale.
Nice.
So, there you go, a little Sabretooth. So this is a prime example of, you know, don't necessarily give up on a drawing, just put it aside and see if it looks better. And I also found this, which I think I've shown, like, this has been sitting here for a while. And it's like, I really should finish this.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So this is on the old menu.
I think you should do a Mobius illustration technique on that.
I've got an Iron Man Mobius. It's just sitting here, Gary. So.
Okay.
I was thinking about showing another Primal Zone page from Barbaric Adventures, because I'm on page I'm inking page 9 right now, but I think I'll save it for next week. So because I want to show one with another dinosaur on it, and I'm not quite done with that page yet. So all righty, there you go, folks. That's our show and tell round. So what are we drawing this week? Gary says we got to draw characters with guns. David, what are you thinking? That's what he must be getting a sandwich or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. I could do one of the Wonder Twins. Was the what? Jace, who turns into water, but he turns into a water gun.
Okay, if that's what you really want to draw.
Yeah.
Okay, David, you're doing the. Pardon me, Dan, you're doing the shadow, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah. I'm also doing a little photoshopping right now. I'm almost done.
So you're cheating, is what you're saying?
No, not at all.
Okay. Man, I was going to do Captain America with a gun from World War II. I've drawn Captain America a couple times in this show, though. But now I'm thinking Deathlock. But Deathlock's got tech.
Yeah, Deathlock is kind of complicated.
Yeah. If I go back to the Rich Buckler version, it can't be.
I'm pretty fast with Photoshop, as you know. I'm pretty quick.
Okay. And, Dan has... thank you, Dan, for jacking up my drawing. Here we go. Once again, Dan Lawless messing with my original artwork, but at least this time I'm permitting it, as I am going to show it on my own accord. So here we go. There's Gary's art direction.
See, now that would fly off your table.
Oh, gas.
Oh, yes. I'll change the title of the print from Smash to Gas.
And then he goes, fire bad.
I just can't believe all my Photoshop training that I did, the speed in which I work, was all utilized in the last 3 minutes. Like, well, I'm like, okay, cut it, paste, and put a layer mask on it.
Done.
Well done.
For one stupid joke. Isn't it? Look how hard we work for our jokes.
I know. It's and Dan really likes that joke because
yeah. Well, Gary likes it, obviously.
Well, yeah, I guess Gary instigated it, but
yes,
Dan, you made it a reality.
I made his dreams come true.
I'm really leaning towards Deathlock now. I hadn't thought of that, but now I think I am. Someone's saying do Cable. I've drawn Cable, actually watercolored Cable on this very show, and I've done Cap a couple times. I was thinking about doing 1939 Batman, but then how many times have we done Batman? So Deathlock, I think, is going to win it for me. I'm going Deathlock because Deathlock's cool. At least I think he is.
He is cool, yeah. Especially you drawing him.
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Okay, switching the old camera around.
I'm no Rich Buckler. Thankfully. Actually, I did. When I was a kid, I liked Rich Buckler. He was kind of a Buscema-esque, kind of Keith Pollard-esque.
He was trying to do Neil Adams.
Well, he would, yeah, but he would swipe from Adams, sometimes from Kirby, sometimes from Ditko.
True. Yeah.
But
the series he did, Jungle Action, Black Panther, where Klaus Janson was inking him, I highly recommend. The artwork is great.
I think I've got like he did a cover. Here it is. This is like my favorite Doc Savage cover. I'll go big here so we can bask in the glory that is Rich Buckler.
Yeah, okay. That's Buscema.
Yeah, look at that widespread stance though, Doc. But I love this cover. It's so energetic. And so
who the heck does he think he is? Van Damme?
Exactly. And then you got Ross Andrew and Tom Palmer
on the there.
Yeah, Ross Andrew and Tom Palmer on the inside. So
interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Ross Andrew was good. He was
very good. Excellent.
His characters in some funky body poses that were kind of
Ross Andrew was solid. He was a professional.
Good
anatomy.
He was on Spider-Man. Well, he could do really good faces too when he wanted to. Like that's a pretty good Doc Savage face, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yep, it's really good.
So anyway, yeah, he was on Spider-Man though. That was, and I used to buy Werewolf by Night pretty regularly, but Don Perlin was the regular artist on that, and I was never a huge Perlin fan.
Yeah, me neither. Great covers, disappointing interiors.
Yeah, now this is another actually pretty good one. This is part 2 of the werewolf story. This is Buckler again.
Okay, that's an odd pose for the hero.
It looks a little Neil Adamsy, doesn't it, to you? Maybe.
Well, his caption should be.
I like the werewolf though. The werewolf, I think, is a nice strong pose there.
Yeah, there's not anything real heroic in that. He just looks like he's tripping, falling.
Yeah. Doc Savage wusses out.
No, I didn't.
Wusses out. Like
no, he just got his butt beat by a werewolf. That's pretty much what they're saying on the. So anyway, that's many quality comics are spinning on my rack right now. I don't know if that sounded very good, but
do you rotate your inventory on the spinner rack?
If I get like old or new to me, but old books, that I can throw in there. And then some, if I get tired of looking at one cover, there's certain covers. Like I have 2 movie posters that never change on my family room, A Young Frankenstein and Jaws. They're always up, but everything else I rotate. And I've got a Wrightson cover up there from House of Mystery 236 that's always on display in the spinner rack, but everything else is kind of up for grabs. I'll move it around a little bit. Darren Wagner for $2 says, there's no way Aaron wasn't drawing Deathlock. I think you're right. Once someone suggested it. Message for Dan. Randy Howell for $5 Canadian. Message for Dan. With that satisfied grin on his face, you should add a vapor trail to your vulture sketch.
Yeah, that'd work.
Rand Arrington says, hey, Aaron, did you see all of the Bigfoot stuff I sent you on Instagram? Yes, I did see. Now I got to go. Rand, people send me so much Bigfoot stuff. So I'm trying to remember which ones yours were, but I did see them on Instagram. I remember looking at them, and I thought one of them was pretty funny, if I recall. I'll have to go back and take a look, but I will. Thank you for the 10, Rand. I will go back and take a look at those before my Sunday show and see, because I think there was one in there that I actually was going to use. Now, where is it? Comic Book in Cahoots says Aaron has the legs of a maestro. I don't know what that means.
I've never seen maestro legs.
I haven't either. They're usually like got tuxedo pants on or something. So
that's true.
I've got my legs are more like.
Well, didn't Charlton Heston in Agony and Ecstasy wear tights?
Did he? I got to think about it. Because he played Michelangelo. That's a great movie, by the way. I love that movie.
Yeah, me too.
It's really inspiring from an artist standpoint.
Right.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did, didn't he? He was in like those. How could they have had like spandex tights back then? I don't think they did. And yet, like in Shakespeare and stuff, they're always wearing that stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's where they got their that's where they got their wardrobe, was some Shakespeare company.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because back in Shakespeare's time, there's no way they had that material available to them.
Right.
So, Ornabroy says vulture crop dusting. Of course, that's a slang term for silent but deadly.
Okay, Aaron, stop reading the chat and get to work.
Okay, well, you then start reading the chat, because that is now your official responsibility.
Pass the torch, Gary.
Yep. Okay. What did I say? Deathlock. Okay. Well, now I gotta pull up some Deathlock reference real quick here.
While you're searching, David, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I know who I'm going to draw. Mr. Monster.
Oh, I like Mr. Monster. Oh, I might buy that from you, sight unseen.
Yeah, I'm already excited. I wanted to mention again that I have stuff up on eBay, and some clown contacted me and was giving me crap for posting Nestor Redondo's Filipino comics not in the English language.
What?
He claimed that Nestor was an American and spoke English, so why am I lying in my description?
Huh?
Is this legit?
I'm serious. The guy was angry that how dare I? He was calling me out for the dialogue in some of the pages as not being in English. It was in, what language do they speak in the Philippines?
I have Filipino. I have no idea.
No, it's called something else. I forget what it is. But he was angry that like somehow I re-lettered it or something.
David, you're echoing again.
So that's one of the pitfalls of putting your stuff out in the public. You get these dolts who can't do a little homework and look up Nestor Redondo's background.
Well, why is it always the people that are completely dolts and wrong are the ones that are so convinced they're right that they want to argue with you?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I was tempted to tell him my little story of years ago when I was working for DC, and I had this long conversation with Dick Giordano about Nestor Redondo and how Giordano was part of the team that brought those amazing Filipino artists over to DC. He was part of that, and he was telling me about the process. And so, like, this idiot is arguing with me that I didn't know what I was talking about.
Did you say, I
I know. I just said that
Giordano.
this is common knowledge. I mean, I said, do your homework, and the guy, then he really went off on me.
Well, he was suggesting that when you said do your homework, that you didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah, he also took issue with me that this is common knowledge that Redondo's from the Philippines.
Wait a minute. So he didn't believe that Redondo was from the Philippines?
No, he claimed he was an American.
What?
Well, maybe he's an honorary American.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I get for listing artwork on eBay.
So, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm spoiled. Yeah, coming on Graybeards, I'm spoiled with the folks that are in the chat that have a comic artist IQ. I expect everybody to know this stuff. The guy called me a liar.
I mean, he actually used those terms.
Yes.
You are a liar.
Yes, he called me a liar.
The insanity of it all. Looks like we got a meal. Oh, did I miss the? Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, so Stealth sending us our lunch. Says he's going to start with an apple, followed by an orange. So he's starting us off. This is more of a healthy meal, it looks like, Gary. But then we're going to like mix things up with a pretzel and a breadstick. So I have to question, why would I eat two bread products back to back like that?
Well, it is. He follows it with a salad, right? And
Yeah.
I like salad bread combo.
Right, but would you eat a pretzel and then?
Well, it depends on how big that other hunk of bread is.
Okay. But then we're gonna. Oh, okay. So I see what we got here. So it looks to me like maybe for breakfast / lunch we're getting the apple and the orange and then a pretzel. But then for dinner / lunch we're getting the bread, the salad, along with the spaghetti. So and then a glass of wine.
Yeah, it could be 2 meals.
Yeah, so this is a very Italian sort of dinner there. And then we're gonna close out, which is always a good choice, with a fruit pie. So it started a little weak for me, but ended pretty strong. So thank you for the meal, Stealth. We appreciate it as always. Mm-hmm. And then Darren Wagner of Demifoot fame. You'll find that on Fund My Comic with art contributions by our own Dan Lawless.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out. So $5, Darren. Thank you. He said, I learned this week that D. Whams prefers Wonder Man's original costume. My first Wonder Man was the safari jacketed Hollywood mogul version. Isn't that the Jeff Johnson version, I believe?
Inked by Terry Austin.
Yeah, there you go. But I go with David. I like the classics, man. Gotta have the classics.
Is David still deciding? He said Mr. Monster, right? David?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I have
David's doing Mr. Monster.
Yes.
Dan is doing the Shadow. He's almost finished with it already.
This is just the rough sketch.
Dude,
Aaron is doing Deathlock, i.e., that is to say, ergo, suggestions are closed.
But I always said they may just want to throw out things they like, or something like that. So.
See, Dan's trying to
finish his goal. Finish his goal.
You got to put, at some point, Dan, you got to put your foot down.
Right.
See
that I'll just snap, like Kramer at some point.
Yep.
It's kind of like Serenity now. Then one day I'm just like, that motherfucker back on them.
It looks like the Shadow really likes those guns. He's hugging them.
A lot of love there.
Yeah, critic.
Look at everybody saying critic.
Everybody's critic. It looks cool. It looks awesome.
I've just never seen anyone hold guns like that before.
See? There's literally a Michael Kaluta visual out there with him holding the guns like this
posing with the guns.
Yeah, it's kind of the inspiration.
Yeah,
I did the same thing. I did a shadow piece, and he had the same pose. So
Okay, well then, what are you talking about then?
yeah, so
cross-armed,
Gimme-
holding
gimme-
him up near his face. Yeah,
he's ridiculing
Giving me all
Dan
this crap.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Just
so takes one to know one.
Okay.
there you go. All right.
Okay, according to Night Elf, Punisher, Cable, and Silver Sable.
Yeah, actually, the Punisher would have been great. The only thing is, if you do the Punisher, you better damn well get those guns right. Because man,
That's true.
if you're drawing any kind of a character that uses real combat guns, man, if the barrel of that gun,
great artists illustrating that character, and that's what they did.
Yeah, but if you get the barrel of that gun a tiny fraction off, they're like, oh, that's a 30 millimeter, something.
Yeah, exactly. Like what they do when you post Redondo art with a Filipino dialogue on there. They just lose their mind.
That's right.
That's why it's great. I'm tempted to draw a Cable because it's like you just make it up,
Yeah, that's right. You go with the Rob Liefeld special. All right.
Major Glitch says the trick to that, Dan, is just draw the guns correctly.
I know that takes time.
Yeah, the thing with drawing guns correctly, though, then you gotta pull reference, and as soon as you pull reference, you start to realize all the little intricate details that are on these guns.
I know,
and it's like, so much to screw up.
Yeah. Eric and Boyd Creations is encouraging the chat to keep up the suggestions.
Because you just never know. Because I could be halfway through Deathlock and go, this is not working out. And
well, see, that's the cue, though.
Oh, so
that's when they come in, because timing is everything.
Yeah, well, that is true.
Steel Rage, I guess he's referring to firearm accuracy, says that never slowed down Liefeld.
Nope.
Nothing slowed down Liefeld.
Maybe success slowed him down a little bit.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good one. Didn't he claim that he was going to take a hiatus and like, who was that jazz saxophonist that practiced on the Brooklyn Bridge late at night for like months to hone his craft? And then he claimed he was going to do that, and then he came back from his hiatus and he was worse than he was before.
Yeah, well, that's usually what happens when you when you take
hold
a time off.
Hold on. Don't burn any bridges.
Yeah, I just pictured Liefeld like with a little easel on the Brooklyn Bridge like at midnight drawing.
Well, you can't argue with success. I mean, I suppose you can, but I mean, at the bottom.
Well, yeah, but then you would be that eBay guy.
Yeah. I mean, I just, Rob got it figured out, man, and did quite well for himself. So
good for him.
Yeah, I looked up that guy's profile on eBay, and he was selling stuff like 10-year-old manuals for air conditioners. $8 a pop.
David, I'm muting you again because I'm getting echo through you. So just if you want to say something, unmute yourself and then jump in.
Gay.
Thank you.
David, you want to be more specific?
Dan.
Aaron is.
No,
okay. There we go.
He was referring
clarity in 2 words.
I don't like that.
David,
Yeah,
you are a wordsmith.
I got to work on my my public perception. I got labeled a peacock. That's not
but
good.
now like that, Aaron has control over David's mic. That's the last thing you're gonna say on this week's show.
No. I can mute him, but he can unmute himself after I muted him.
Okay.
So. I don't know what I want to do here. You can't come into this show not knowing what you want to do, because then you're in trouble.
I really like that layout of the first one.
You think so?
Yes, it's dynamic.
Yeah, I guess it is, but that's such a
It's
David Williams thing.
Larger figure than what you're drawing now.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is with me. I got issues.
Okay.
All right, I'll go back to it. Why the heck not? It's that thing like with Sabretooth. You start working on it, you're like, God, this blows, and then you throw it away, and then 6 months later you look at it and go, this is freaking genius. Why didn't I finish this?
Right. So, Aaron, if you finish this and somehow you ain't succeed, are you going to blame me?
Ain't succeed. Well, I'll bring out little G to let me know that I ain't succeeded if I ain't succeeded. But no, I'm going to accept
that guy, that hobo that was spouting those pearls of wisdom on that bus stop bench. I looked for him. I've looked for him a couple of times, and I've gone past that, and I haven't seen him again. I think that guy is like a treasure trove of
wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, just want to hang out there and just listen to his verbiage.
Hey, when you live a long life on the streets, you got to think, you know stuff. You would think.
Because I think those words were never uttered by another human being. He ain't succeed.
I think if you're on the streets, it'd be more like you haven't learned anything.
Well, I mean, there's that side of it too.
Oh, speaking of Vancouver.
We were speaking of Vancouver?
Yeah, the bum on the Vancouver bum.
Oh, okay.
That I'd like about once a week, I head downtown Vancouver for a walk and go down the waterfront. I took a different route this week, and I walked by the local fire department. Guess what was hanging outside the building?
No, not a colored flag, was it?
A rainbow flag.
Oh, not a
The downtown Vancouver, Washington Fire Department.
Well, that's a decree of City Hall, not I'm sure not the fire department.
Well, it's accurate for the village people anyways,
Yeah.
Don't they have a fireman and one of the guys is a fireman?
I don't think so. They had an Indian, a cowboy, a policeman, a construction worker.
Oh, and a sailor, right?
A sailor. That's right. No firemen. Yeah, I don't know. This is all just sort of getting out of hand. It's gotten out of hand.
I just like for the rest of my walk trying to unravel what they were trying to say.
Well,
it's a fire department.
Yeah, I don't know that they will put out your fire even if you're gay.
Yeah, we put out several types of fires. Roman says Aaron knows a lot about the village people.
I know. I was just thinking that.
Great Face says, I guess the fire department is flaming.
Yes, creative vague. Well done.
Creative vague comes in strong.
Hello, Jeremy Birdsart says, "Hail chat." Hail, Jeremy Birdsart.
All right. I think what I need to do to really make this sing is to cover up a lot of it with heavy shadow.
Dan,
Yeah.
could you read Eric in Boy Creation comment?
Okay.
It's the fourth one up. Fifth one up.
They were saying, "Fire in the hole, Gary." Oh my God.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, brother. What are you gonna do? You can't take this chat anywhere.
No. They're just when you think it's safe.
Randy Hall says, "Wasn't the seventh village person a comic book writer?"
Probably.
That's
I
possible.
didn't realize how many gay people were in comics until people started to tell me.
Apex Comics says heavy shadows. I'm not sure what that is referring to. You, Dan?
No, there's only one
Aaron?
Shadow.
That's a
What the heck is a
weak
tape?
Yeah, you got to draw the shadow in heavy shadows.
Oh yeah, well of course. But I'm saying I'm going to draw Deathlock in heavy shadows.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to? That covers up costume detail.
It does, but I'm just, you know,
You're going to go for it.
I got to figure out what the you got to figure out what's that cool factor, that it factor that pushes your artwork over to the next level.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced that it's proper black placement to create volume. I mean, I'm completely convinced that's the correct answer.
Yeah, and it's a graphic tool that increases dynamics.
Because look, let's go revisit something here, if I can, real quickly, just for a conversation. So, you guys probably saw, I showed this last week, this Werewolf by Night piece I did. Right. So here it is on. I'm going to go full screen to make a point. Okay, so this piece right here.
Yes.
This piece, I posted it on Instagram, has 4 times as many views.
The Bob Fosse werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has 4 times as many views as anything I posted in the last 2 months.
Really?
Yep. And I'm just like, okay, Werewolf by Night wouldn't bring them in, but there's just this is one of those pieces where you look at it and you just go, yeah, I really nailed that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Dan Wallace. And other people see it too.
Yeah.
And is it the shadow placement? Is it the pose? Is it the anatomy?
It's the combo of all the things.
It's just a piece that really works. And as a result, I'm getting 4 times as many views on it. And yet
it remains unsold.
Yes, because who wants Werewolf by Night? But but it's still a cool piece, right?
It is, yeah.
And I guess that's what you're always going for. I mean, that's a dumb thing to say. Of course, that's what you're always going for when you're drawing a piece, is to get something that is sort of like really interesting beyond just character. Oh, I drew
all those elements.
Yeah. Because
I describe it always as having a soul. When you draw something, it's just got a soul to it. It's hard to explain it, but
soul baby.
Yeah, because it's like it's just singing. And other times you draw something that's just dead.
Yep. And you couldn't, like I said, you could draw Wolverine and no one care about it. because it's
Oh
not.
yeah, there's a
great.
lot of bad Wolverine drawings out there.
So there, it's just weird how sometimes you know it works and sometimes it, you know, all your drawings, if you're doing professional level work, they all work on a certain level, but it's like there's ones that capture imagination and ones that just don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Let me interlude, changing the subject. Marcus Killigrew says, "Hail all, I was at work and got a flat tire. My full spare is missing, so I took a lift to Discount Tire to get my tire repaired. Now I'm on my way home."
that
So he's had a day.
that is an adventure right there.
Yeah.
It sounded like there's a joke in there somewhere. Like,
Well, here's the thing.
you got to have a punchline to that.
Despite all of that, he's still here with us.
He's still, tuning in. That's dedication.
I love it.
And he has yet to suggest a character for you guys to draw.
Oh,
Should we do an honorary character for his bad day?
well, Tire Man or I told you about that guy came up to me at a con. I think it was WonderCon, and when I was doing Sludge, and said he had a great villain named. He was a guy made out of asphalt, and he called him Pave Man. Really got a kick out of that.
Wait, Pave Man?
Pave Man, like pavement.
Yeah, pavement. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And so he would like be part of the road, then he'd come up out of the road, you know, and he's made.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Don't you just love sitting behind a table, kind of trapped, and these people come up to you and tell you their brilliant ideas for characters?
Well, yeah, most of them aren't brilliant, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they have a good one, you know.
Yep.
You can't excuse yourself and
Go.
or pretend somebody's calling you and leave. You have to sit there with the
You have to say,
happy grin on your face.
yeah, you have to say, excuse me, will you please stop talking?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, you should have a little timer. Ding. That's conversation.
Right. You know, Arthur.
You know what? I mean, you got to pay. Like,
yeah,
like, you
exactly.
know that Monty Python sketch where you had the argument, you had to like.
Right.
Well, it's like, you know,
I like to complain. You like to complain. Look at these shoes.
Arthur Adams
Yeah.
puts a timer on his sketches now. It shows. So it's
Really?
like, you want a 5-minute sketch, a 15-minute sketch, a 30-minute sketch, and they're all priced accordingly.
Wow.
Right. And so you could do that with, you know, talking.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Have a little, egg timer, and somebody starts blabbing away. You just start the timer.
You
Don't
even
say anything, just start the timer. And then when it dings, you say, "Oh, time's up, move along."
That's right. I'm through with your story. Thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
Randy Howell said, "Gary, Matt Muma is asking for a price for the Werewolf by Night sketch. Sorry, I missed that."
I'm sorry, what now?
Matthew Muma wants to know, Aaron, what's the price for that werewolf piece?
Well, Matthew, it's kind of expensive. I want $300 for it because I think it's really good. So
300, Matthew. Thank you,
300.
Randy, for the heads up.
it's 11 by 14. No. I'm thinking of putting out a sign on my
That's
table.
how you chat.
I'm thinking of putting a sign on my table that says, "This is not a library. Either buy
Yeah.
something or keep moving."
Yeah, buy something, then move on.
Do you think that's rude? Do you think
God forbid
Yeah,
that I have
I'm
to
guessing,
engage
guys, you
you in
could.
conversation.
Work on your manners a little bit better.
So you don't think that, you don't, Dan, you don't think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot that one down. Okay. I'm going to make an executive decision. You know, I thought I could feel I would have a great business career as a consultant for many people in the business, because
I think you might be on
because
something.
they would be like, they're going to write something online that's really nasty, and I'd just be like, don't do it. Don't, you know, they send it to me first, and I say, don't do this. No, don't write that. And then I would just like, and I could charge like $300 an hour, and it'd be worth it because it'd only take me 30 seconds, and I just say, don't do that.
You could be like Lucy and Peanuts. You could have your little booth.
Yep.
People sit down and pay you, and you give them advice on how to run their PR and stuff.
Really, and it would just consist of me saying, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't post that.
Gollum Wolf for $5. Thank you, Gollum Wolf. He says, Garbage Man versus Pave Man. Garbage Man gets mad and yells, I'm going to kick your asphalt. Thank you for that. It's very
was
good.
really good.
Thank you. And the egg timer
Dan,
went off.
did you see the Bob Newhart bit where he was a psychiatrist and people would come in and say, I can't stop eating and vomiting. As soon as I eat something, I have to throw it up. And he says, my advice to you is stop it.
Stop doing that.
Next.
For Jake Blue says, Gary is creating a list of how to alienate people.
List? That's a lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Marcus Killer goes, don't do that, Aaron. He's chastising me, saying, no, do not put up that sign that says, buy something and move on. Probably not a great idea. Creative Faye is yelling at me saying, Aaron, have you tried the sketchbook yet? I haven't, Creative Faye, but I have used your pencils. So soon. I can feel it coming.
Aaron has a stack of art supplies that he has to get through first.
Yeah, that's right. The thing with the sketchbook is it's a really nice sketchbook, but the paper is very thin. So it's like, I would only use it for sketch purposes. Like this is like potential resale. So it's on heavier paper. I wouldn't be able to use your sketchbook and like rip the page out. And because I could, but it's on thinner paper. So it's more like, something I would use just, getting down ideas and stuff to revisit later.
You could carry it around with you to restaurants or,
I could go
farmers markets and people watch.
Yeah, I could go Steve Rude and do that.
Yeah.
But Rude does that for attention though, doesn't he?
Yes. See, he did that to pick up chicks.
Well, I used to do that too. And it is effective.
Does that work?
I should say.
Colin Wolf says that I miss the days of social distancing. What are you doing? You're standing too close. Back it up, buddy.
Yeah. Oh.
What are you afraid of getting COVID? No, I just don't want you to stand up.
I just don't want you that close.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, I'm not afraid of getting COVID. I'm just afraid to get cooties.
Oh. Of all the years I've done comic shows, I've only gotten sick one time from a show, like crud, whatever they like to call it. I think, maybe knock on wood there because, now that I'm an older gentleman and perhaps my immune system is not.
That's true. Knock on wood there, buddy. Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times. Comic-Cons are the gift that just keeps giving.
It is. It potentially, yes, but I would always I'd see sitting next to Adam Hughes on multiple cons, but always at San Diego because our booths are right next to each other. I can't tell you how many times he would be there like the first day or two, and then he would be out sick for the rest of the show. Now, maybe he was just saying that because he didn't want to come in. But do
you remember that time when we went to the Comic-Con as a studio?
Yes.
We all traveled together and we were taking a cab into the show and we were driving up, past the entrance doors, and we're driving by people that are walking along heading to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, it's morning. It's like, 9 o'clock in the morning in San Diego. And this poor guy who was schlepping several portfolios, he was dressed all in black and he was sweating bullets,
mm-hmm.
just the water was just pouring down his face. And somebody pointed out, look at that poor guy. He's sweating already. And I think it was Rachel Dodson said, hey, isn't that Adam Hughes? Yeah, it is.
Poor Adam. Oh, that was the brutal thing about San Diego. Like, before they opened it up to allowing exhibitors to get hotels,
get there early.
We would be like, just so you're appearing at the show or you're paying to be there, you know, whether it's Artist Alley or booth or whatever, and you got stuck with the regular.
You had to stand in line with the attendees to get in.
Yeah, and it's like, but even getting your hotel, you couldn't get it early, and you're like, look, I'm paying to be here, and you can't even guarantee me a hotel. I complained about this so much that they finally did let the exhibitors and stuff get their hotels early. Because sometimes you'd get stuck in the Westgate or the Grant, which was like a million miles away. I mean, it felt like it. And then you're schlepping all your stuff for your booth or your Artist Alley table for blocks and blocks. And it was usually hot. Oh, it was brutal.
I actually, the one time I went to San Diego, I stayed at the Grant. That was a pretty nice hotel.
It is. There's a nice hotel, but man, it's a walk.
Yep.
If you're dragging stuff, if you're just walking for, you know.
Well, did you just take the bus? I just took the bus.
Oh, that's a whole nother experience.
That was fun. Yeah. Well, it was kind of crazy.
I did meet Bob Burden on one of those buses. That was the most interesting conversation I've ever had with anybody in comics.
Yeah, I met him at a Dark Horse party. Heads up to the chat. If you're ever at a party and you meet Bob Burton, plant yourself there. He is hilarious.
He's an odd bird for sure.
By the way, did I ever tell you guys that
one of those little handheld tape recorders, the small ones that fit in the palm of your hand?
Yeah.
And every time he heard something interesting, he would repeat it in his tape recorder.
Yeah. What were you saying, Dan?
Did I ever tell you that Art Adams once bought a piece of artwork from me?
Yeah, I think you did say that once or twice.
Dan, what does that have to do with Bob Burton?
It does.
I was trying to get the word. I was trying to get in, but I couldn't get in. You were talking about Art Adams, and it switched to another subject.
Oh, we're going back to Art Adams. Okay.
Yes. So,
yeah, I know you did because Kevin Nolan inked it, right?
Well, that may be a possibility, but you know, the main thing, and I think the takeaway from this is that he bought a piece of my artwork, and so, you know, if Art Adams thinks my artwork is, you know, worth to be bought, I think who wouldn't buy it?
Okay, Dan.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I don't love it, but you know, it's okay, I guess.
I mean, it's a good selling point, right?
Yeah, Dan.
Art Adams thinks my artwork is great, and he's great, so therefore my artwork.
Yeah, and you just keep dreaming your dreamy dreams.
Okay, well, that's right. I don't think it's a dream though. It's a real fact. He did buy a piece of artwork.
I think Dan's on that self-positivity train.
That's true.
You know, that's just
well, you guys aren't going to help me out there, so I gotta.
That's right.
See, like if I was you, Dan, and I was getting harassed by that eBay dolt. See, I could have used that. Well, hey, did Art Adams ever buy any of your artwork?
Yeah,
exactly. See, now you know.
That's like the ultimate response to any criticism. Oh yeah.
Right.
Has Art Adams bought any of your artwork?
Yes. See, that's Dan. You got to use that from now on.
Art Adams is a friend of mine.
Well, Art Adams is a friend of mine. He's never bought any of my work. So
you're no Art Adams.
That's right. I know Art Adams, and you.
Remember who was it? Who was that politician that had that one thing where he said, "John Kennedy was a friend of mine. I knew John Kennedy," or something like that.
You're no John.
Yeah.
No, he was talking
Arthur inked my work.
Yeah,
that's right.
Trump, you got me Trump there.
He did a cover for an issue that I drew that never got published.
Well, guys, thanks for raining on my parade. I thought I had this great exclusive title that I could,
Now, you
pull
brought
out
it up
anytime.
20th time on this show, so I don't know what you expect.
It's called mileage. I'm getting.
It's like
now.
at least once a month, you're like, "Hey, you guys, I tell you that Art Adams bought some of my artwork." Or like,
Right.
Okay,
They
Dan.
may forget. People may forget. So I gotta.
Okay, Dan, it's my turn. Art Adams snubbed me once.
Oh man, that's pretty impressive.
Did he really?
Yes.
Arthur's not much of a snubber. I wouldn't pick him out to be.
Oh,
a
yes,
snubber.
he is.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yes, he is.
Okay. Well, he's never snubbed me, so I don't know. That sounds kind of like a Dan Lawless statement. Well, he's
Okay, so that's your bragging rights. Art Adams never snubbed me.
Oh, he didn't snub me because he wanted that great artwork. He knew he couldn't be mean.
I love it how Dan just always brings it back around. It's just. Now Mignola has snubbed me.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's funny that you have a conversation with him, and then the next day you run into him again, and he'll snub you.
Yes, it's remarkable. It's really interesting.
I would like to try snubbing somebody. It sounds fun.
Well, that's what I started snubbing those guys. It's like, hey, you can't snub me. I'm snubbing you.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat you to the snub.
That's right. All right. I'm not in love with this. I'm not pulling a Dan Lawless yet, I have to admit, but I could still pull it together. We'll see.
Dan, here's a little how-to. This is how you snub somebody.
Okay.
Okay, so Dan, tell me something interesting.
Well, I really like to go to the Comic-Con in San Diego because it's got Neil. Wow, that's expert level. Wow.
Yeah, well, he does that.
How do you carry that little sound effect around with you? And
what sound effect?
my God, it really happened for real.
Oh, he really is.
Man,
he's the king of
that wasn't my imagination or anything.
Now you're getting Creative A wants to snub you, Dan. You're getting they're lining up to snub you, Dan.
Okay. Well, I did. They're just trying to discourage me because they saw me showing interest in it, and they want to say, nip it in the bud, and make sure I don't ever do that.
Exactly.
You want snub? You want to see what that feels like? It's like Scared Straight. That program.
Henry Thrun says, "Hail, listening while driving home." Hail, Henry.
Well, thank you, Henry. Appreciate that. Henry, of course, is a mod, and sometimes he abuses that privilege. But what can you do?
A mod squad.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool. Did anyone ever say that? Is that a new Dan Lawless creation right there?
Well, actually, it was a TV show in the 70s.
I know that, but no one ever applied it the way I just did now.
No.
Mod Squad, moderators in chat. TM, Dan Lawless.
I don't think even Arthur Adams has used that before.
We're getting a interesting question from Matthew Muma. He says, question for the Beards: when inspired by artists ranging from Kelly Jones to Alex Ross, is it better to learn different styles or blend all into one?
You will blend. You will blend automatically, just the way the nature of an artist, I think.
Well, I say this: there are a couple guys who will remain nameless that are complete apes of certain styles, and they're doing everything they can to draw exactly like that artist. And I don't really have much appreciation for that. But I do think we try to take elements that we like of other people's stuff and incorporate them into what we're doing. And I don't think it is David's echoing. Yeah, I'm muting him. I don't think it's a bad idea to copy someone directly with the intent of moving on, right? So you know, we've had some guys in the industry that were complete Travis Charest clones, but then kind of evolved past that. Or,
well, see, that's I recommend people, learning by copying someone's style, master that style. Travis Charest, he started copying Jim Lee,
yes,
but he developed naturally. It's a natural process. You just have to master. It's like apprentice and master. You're the apprentice. You have a master. You get as good as them or master that style. Go on to the next one, and then it blends naturally.
Yes.
But don't worry about copying and being a clone at first. Always, copy well. That's what I say, and then you'll be all right.
I never practiced that philosophy, but I've seen too many people do it and be successful that I can't ignore it as a legitimate approach. Because as an artist, you sit there and think, oh, I don't want to be a clone of so-and-so. But usually when you're a clone of somebody, say like, I want to be a clone of Adam Hughes, right? Yeah. So I spend all my time drawing like Adam. But the thing is, what you find, at least in the comic industry, is a lot of the guys that you steal their style from are guys that don't produce a ton of work. So an editor will go, oh, this guy draws like Adam and he can do it faster, so we can get, kind of what we want without
at half the price. Yeah.
At half the price and twice as fast, which, so it just depends. I mean, there's been way too many guys that have had success doing that for me to sit there and say you should never do that.
David, you're on mute.
Are we talking about anyone we know?
No.
Yes, but I'm not mentioning names. I'm not going to drop any names.
Barbarian69 says the chat is used to being snubbed when Gary is in charge of reading comments.
Well, I think
I can't read every comment.
Well, Gary, you have standards that you're looking to be met.
Exactly. I have to edit and try to pick out stuff I think is interesting.
It's not snubbage in the purest sense. I mean, it's not. Gary doesn't snub you because he doesn't want to acknowledge you. He just expects more from you to get that acknowledgement. There's a certain level that you have to reach.
The snubbery expressed by Gary is not necessarily endorsed by the rest of the panel.
That's right.
And to be fair, what the comment you may be saying may be interesting, and on another show, someone might read it, but it has to be interesting to me.
Oh, he's all powerful. See that?
And now you're delving into my fevered brain, and we don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So it's not. Yeah, you may think it's interesting. Other people might think it's interesting, but do I think it's interesting?
Right.
Yeah. So what you do is you make your comment, and then you add a little Gary's cool at the end.
That's right, boy. That's
true. Yeah, I pretty much read everything that is said that's a compliment to me.
Yeah, so those, that's a surefire.
It's just a little tip there, for people.
Yeah. So, like, if someone commented, Gary, that Maryland sucks, but you are a handsome man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would read that.
Yeah.
Eric Boyd says, make sure you snub Art of Roy. Let's not name names there, Eric.
Yeah. They're getting pretty specific there in the.
It's a brawl in the chat.
Do you guys ever draw a piece and go, how could I be a professional artist for this long and draw something this bad?
I do a stinker every once in a while.
Every once in a while I'll look at what I'm doing and I'll think, I do this for a living?
No wonder I'm not making any money.
No wonder I'm broke.
Let's see. Marcelo Stellar says, your Zorro came out today. Very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Marcelo. I was a little apprehensive on it because Matt Ryan inked it, and Matt's very good, but he had the blue line most of the issue, just because getting approval from the Zorro people took so long. And so that when you blue line something, and especially if your pencils are a little bit on the looser side, which mine were on this, you're never quite sure how the interpretation is going to come out. So,
but he's been inking you for a while, so
yeah. So he has a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
but you never know.
True.
So,
what about how's the coloring?
I don't even look at it. They send me the color file and say, "What do you think?" I go, "Looks great." I don't even open it because I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Because I know there's probably a 90% chance I'm going to hate it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do about it. So why frustrate myself?
Yeah. What frustrated me is like working for Marvel and DC. You would think they knew what they were doing. You would see a bad coloring. I would see a bad coloring job on me, really bad. And it's irritating, but sometimes it's like they're trying somebody out or whatever. What really irritated me is then when I would see them color on me multiple times after that. It's like they kept hiring the same hack that was ruining my work. So the editors clearly had no idea what they were doing.
Well, and the other thing with me especially is that I have a very old school sort of sensibility, and I don't like coloring that is like over rendered, where most of the readers, they like that, and that's what they're used to, and they like it. And so I may not like something, but everybody else may love it.
Yeah.
So again, me commenting on it with my old school sensibilities are, not necessarily helpful.
Well, yeah, Art of Roy, he says, cash the checks and never look back. Gary, yeah, I stopped looking at printed work. I mean, you'd think that would be a thrill.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like Dan printing out his barbaric story. It is a thrill, but then when somebody reinterprets what you're doing,
and not for the better.
Yeah. So that happened more often than not. So I just stopped looking at published work, which is kind of a sad statement.
Well, what's funny is I would get I get the issues and I'd open them and go, God, this sucks. I hate this. And so then I'd say, I'm not happy with the inker or whatever. I'm not happy with the colors, or I usually wasn't happy with the colorist, but I wouldn't be happy with the inker or the ink job. And, and then I had that with Matt, a couple of times. I'd go, this didn't turn out good. What are you doing? And then he'd send, we'd split up the pages. He'd send me back the originals and they're freaking beautiful. And you're like, why doesn't it look like this when it prints?
Yeah.
Because the colorist has so much control over your final reaction.
They could bury stuff under, dark tones. They could half tone stuff that makes it disappear. I mean, there's a lot of things that color artists can do to ruin.
And they can redraw, especially on your faces, just by how they put the shadows and stuff.
Yeah, how they model the shading
totally.
It changes the drawing.
Yeah. It's easy to do though. When I color my own pieces, I've ruined my own pieces because you're just coloring away, and then you don't realize you're wrecking it. Then it's so easy to go in heavy-handed and do that.
Yeah, and especially if it's not your own. If you can do that to yourself, what do you think of somebody else who doesn't have a clear idea of what your vision is or what you're hoping to get out?
I'm just saying that when you're coloring, you feel this feeling I have to color it.
Yes.
And I have to, and you start painting it, and then you kind of get results that you didn't mean to overpower the thing, but you did,
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy. I'm saying it's not necessarily. It can happen so more easily than you think.
Well, and in fairness to colorists, they're the ones getting the short end of the stick because they got, you got to color this whole issue in a week and a half, right? So, you're not necessarily always getting their best just because of the.
Well, plus, you don't get a great page rate as a color artist, so
Right.
they have to, you know, make their money
Yes.
by volume.
Well,
They're
Brad
not laboring over the work like the penciler and inker is.
Brad Anderson, who is probably the industry's top colorist at the moment, he got started, or not started. I don't think I was his first job, but you know, he was still working his way up, and he was coloring Wonder Woman. And I remember getting the pages back, or looking at it going, God, this looks great. You know, and I so rarely say that when I get a color job, right?
Right.
And so I was just like begging, oh, don't take him off the book. Don't. But apparently everybody else realized that he was really good. So he was gone within, you know, like I think first 5 or 6 issues, he was gone. And then he was doing, you know, bigger projects. And then I could only get him for covers occasionally, you know, if I didn't color him myself. But those guys are so few and far in between that you find someone like that, you're just like, please don't leave me.
Yeah, you hang on to them like.
Yes.
Fill in the adjective.
Yep. But see, then I think what's happened to a lot of these guys doing it, I think we're seeing it with the, you know, high-end inkers too, is that, you know, they're not, companies aren't willing to pay them what they were used to paying them.
Right.
So you see a lot of these guys that aren't even doing stuff for Marvel and DC anymore. They're doing like some image book or something like that, where they find, you know, someone that's got some money, like Jeff Johns or somebody like that, and they're working for them because they can still get that page rate.
Thank you, Randy Howell. Randy Howell's dropping the links. He dropped my eBay store link, and he dropped Dan's
Ko-Fi
link. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for earlier.
Is
Thank
it
you.
Ko-Fi or coffee? Did we ever decide?
Well, it is pronounced coffee, but here's the thing: if you say to someone, "Oh, go to my coffee page,"
Yeah.
they'll Google coffee and they'll never find it.
Right.
But
yeah.
if you say Ko-Fi, you just type in Kofi, you'll go to it'll take you to the coffee page, you know. So I always say Ko-Fi. I don't care how they pronounce it. It's like I'm going to get people to the right place, you know.
What was that, Aaron? What was that a color artist name that you were talking about that you liked?
Brad Anderson.
Brad Anderson. Gollum Wolf was asking about any colors that you liked working with. Brad Anderson. But that was a while ago, right?
Yeah, he actually contacted me when I was doing Kit Carter and said, hey, I saw what you're doing, not specifically Kit Carter, but just in general. And he said, any way I can help out, let me know. And I was like, wow.
And so he's looking for work.
Well, but no, because I offered him work, and then he was like, oh, I'm too busy, I can't do it. He said, but I can do, you know, I said, well, can you do a trading card? He's like, yeah, I can do that. And so he colored that Kit Carter trading card.
Okay.
And it was sad because it was such a waste of great coloring on just a little tiny, you know, image.
Yeah,
but it was still, you know, but it was really nice that he kind of reached out to me like that. It was just the most bizarre thing. It was like, because that was my first thing. I was like, maybe he's not getting any work. Maybe I can get him to, because I did try to get him to color the Kit Carter graphic novel, but he was doing that stuff for Image and Jeff Johns at the time, so he couldn't commit to that. So I got Kelsey instead.
he's all right.
I know.
Dang.
I'm being a smart.
I'm joking too.
Yeah.
Kelsey did a great job.
He's a very good artist.
So, but yeah, I always keep my eye on those guys because it's like, with the way the industry's going, it's like, you know, we may be the biggest publishing game in town when we're like self-publishing, you know, if we're still able to maintain doing it.
Are you excited about the Back Me Bro?
I am. I'm curious to see how Shane and Janzi, you're going to get traffic beyond just your regular Comicsgate buyers, because everybody, you know, that's in the know will know about it, but can it get to a point where you're getting just random drive-bys like you do on Kickstarter or, you know, potentially on Indiegogo? Although I would question that on Indiegogo these days, but because that's where it's going to determine its real success long term. I think is the ability to draw in a bigger audience.
Yeah. And I don't know how many campaigns it needs before it can sort of pay for itself, but
yeah, I don't know. But they're, I mean, especially Janzi and Shane is too. They're pretty savvy about that kind of stuff.
Yep. Well, they did their own website, so the interesting thing is they were able to swing people over from Indiegogo to, that was very clever. I don't know if anyone else has done it. They swing them over from Indiegogo to their own website with little incentives. Like if you bring someone along, you get a little extra perk or something. You get a little extra deal, and people did it. And boy, did it work! Hardly any of them are now on Indiegogo. They're all on their website. You know.
Yeah. So
that's pretty brilliant.
And I know there's people that are doing crowdfunding on their own website just by using, there's templates out there where you can kind of create that for your own website. So you don't necessarily have to hire someone to build it up from scratch.
Right.
So there is, I mean, that's also looks like potential.
Yep. I do love it, being able to do it yourself, complete freedom, you know, it's awesome.
Yep. It's just getting, you know, what you talk about a lot, Dan, and we all do, but it's just getting the eyeballs on it.
Yep. Finding that audience. You know, the audience is out there, but you got to find it. Yep. And actually that's where, you know, the people in the chat, we really need their help, because to get the word of mouth on X and Facebook, everywhere you can think of, anywhere you can think of, you know, talk about what we're doing here and that sort of thing. Because we want to keep doing it.
Well, we do have very good chat for that, and we got some guys in here that really do tremendous amount of work for us in terms of promotion and retweeting and things like that.
Any marketing ideas, send them along, because we're interested. It is a little frustrating when you know you got something really good and it you know it could sell more if it could get in the right hands for the right people. You know.
Well, it's also, you know, it's always, to be quite blunt, it's always convincing people to part with their money too is always a challenge, because David and I have this conversation frequently where you go on Instagram and you say, okay, so-and-so artist has 300,000 followers and they just crowdfunded something and raised 17 grand, you know, and you're like, where are all these followers? Why don't they buy the book, you know?
Yeah, well, there's a difference between, you know, followers and active followers too. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's people with, you know, 100,000 followers on YouTube, and they do a live stream to 100 people.
Yeah. And
then we got something, you know, where your followers is not that huge, and you're doing, you know, 200, 300, 400, you know, something like that. Sometimes
it is an interesting phenomenon. Speaking of which, we have a mega crowd right now. We're over 300 viewers. Appreciate it, everybody, for joining in with us.
Aaron, Gollum Wolf wants to know what marker you're using.
This is a PermaPack, is what it's called, but it's PAQUE. And I don't know if you can read that or not, but these things are freaking awesome. And the best whiteout I've found so far in a pen, semi-synthetic brush form is the Sharpie whiteout. They have like I think it's called Artist Series or Signature Series, something like that. That they're not the regular Sharpie, but they're trying to do like a line of fine arts markers, and their whiteout is really good. And but this PermaPack is just something I found at Blix, at my local Blix store, and thought, because I'm always trying stuff, and these are great. and they last a long time, and they're really black. So, in fact, that Silver Surfer piece I showed you guys, that space sky was all done, filled in with one of these markers. And then I used a Sharpie, whiteout Sharpie to put dots, bigger stars in there. And then I did the toothbrush thing. Shocking, but true.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm really tight-fisted when it comes to buying art supplies.
Well, I mean, some of these pens with a couple bucks are not like a huge expenditure, so I'm willing to try stuff out. Because finding a good way to put on whiteout is one of the biggest freaking challenges. Because even if you use the Pro White with a brush, that when you first buy the Pro White, it's perfect consistency, but then after it sits, it just dries out. So then you got to start adding water to it. And then you got to figure out, is it too watery? Is it not watery enough? And it's not the.
See, I like that aspect of it. Then you can control the thickness. Sometimes you want it to be extremely thick. Sometimes you want it to be more, watery.
Yeah, but I mean, most of the time you're using it to cover, whether as a special effect or a mistake that you made. So it's kind of like most of the time I want it that right consistency so it flows, but it also covers. And it's hard to get that just right, or at least I have trouble with it. It may just be that I'm kind of a tard, but
Yeah, you guys, I want to show David something. David, you were talking about this paper of mine, and I want to show you how it covers. If you can look at the camera for a second, can you make it actually big?
Yeah, I can, but I'm not going to. No, I will. There you go.
Okay. Now, this is the paper. It's just this frosted mile. The drawing's underneath it. I drew it and I erased it a little bit. I didn't want too much showing through, but this is how well it covers. There's that yellow, that same yellow I used on the Wolverine. How fast that is. It's solid. It looks like
a marker. Yeah, it lays down like a marker.
Yeah. And then if you wanted to, and you can blend it here, and it's really, it has a real painterly effect. You can kind of blend it in with your other mark. So it looks even stronger in person. And then here's the cool thing, eraser, right? This is why I can do it right here on the paper. And nothing erases like it. It erases clean and complete.
Yeah, see, that's amazing right there.
I was going to say, I can't believe that. And that's not.
I was wondering, it's like, is he doing this demo on his piece?
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Like, what's he doing? So seriously, it's not the pencil, it's the paper that.
It's the paper.
How it makes the pencil.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's the secret. That's the stuff I use in all my work, all the color work, all those cards and trading cards, and that whole Star-Lord series I did for Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
So
all in that.
After all, it isn't the artist, it's the tool.
Yeah, it's the shoes, actually.
Yeah.
Bad Adam 12 for 10 big ones. Thank you, Bad Adam 12. He says, here's something you guys should keep in mind to build Back Me Bro. If you run campaigns on Kickstarter, IGG, and Back Me Bro, all of the Kickstarter and IGG exclusives should be available on Back Me Bro. That should help steer people. I agree. And usually what you have is, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So if you have like a specific cover that you have just for Kickstarter and a specific cover you just have for Indiegogo, if you use on Back Me Bro, make sure you have all that stuff available rather than just a particular one. So I believe is his suggestion. Neon Knight Rider for 2. Gary, tell us about the Moth. I'm about to read it.
The Moth is a character that Steve Root and I created. Steve did a series of trading cards, and I think they called it Creators Universe, where different artists, different creators had their own characters, and it was a set of, and so Steve was hired to do several cards, and he didn't have several characters. They were allowing him to do, I don't know, 4 or 5 different cards. And so he made up the Moth character just for the card set. And he did it. He drew it kind of in a Kirby style. And I had the card and I was looking at it. And at the time I was inking Nexus. So that's my relationship with Steve. I thought the character was really cool. And so I called him up and said, Steve, what's the backstory on this character? I really like him. And he said, I don't know. I just created the image for the card set. And he says, as far, the only thing I can come up with is that he works at a circus. I was like, oh, okay. So I wrote a Moth short story based on that information, unsolicited, sent it to Steve, and Steve liked it, and he drew it, and it was published in Dark Horse Presents. And then Dark Horse liked the project, and we liked the character, and we wanted to expand on the character, and so we pitched a one-shot special to Dark Horse and then a miniseries. And so I was able to write all those stories and ink them. And so Steve and I collaborated on the Moth character. He kind of took what I fleshed out and went back and forth, and that's how we came up with that character. So Steve, you never know with him, something will catch his fancy and then he wants to run with it, and somehow that caught his fancy.
So is there like a trade paperback of all the Moth stories or something from Dark Horse or anything like that?
They collected the origin story and the miniseries in a trade paperback, but that was years ago. I don't know if it's still available. I have some copies. So it was the Moth origin story, and on the cover it says, "Who is the Moth?" It was with a rude painting, and then they did the I think it was a 4-issue miniseries after that, and then they collected both of those. There's also a Moth story in a Dark Horse Presents. So that's pretty much it. All I can think of.
There you go. You know what? It is about that time that we should find out what is pissing Gary. Oh, do you want to do
Block of books?
Books?
Let's not do books this week because I've been pitching my eBay stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, let's do the beef.
What's Gary's beef?
Okay. Now you're fired.
What's Gary's beef?
All right. Besides Dan's intro, what is bugging you this week, Gary?
I might get an intro. That'd be great.
This week my geezer memory is bothering me.
No, I can see that.
Yesterday, I went to, in the late afternoon, to play 9 holes at a local golf course, before it got dark. And I was warming up at the driving range, and this guy comes up to me. "Hey, Gary, it's great to see you." And I'm looking at him.
Oh man, I know this feeling.
You know where it's going. He was about 35 years old in that neighborhood. And he's talking, and when somebody does that, your mind is racing, trying to place them.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea who this guy was.
That's the
None.
worst.
And so I'm thinking, okay, should I fake it? and act like I'm glad to see him and maybe glean something from our conversation and figure out who it is, or fess up. I decide to fess up.
Oh, no.
And I say, I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. What's your name? He says, it's Alex. Alex. See, now I can't remember his last. He told me his last name, and I instantly forgot it. That's because it was forgettable.
Oh,
so I'm just going to say,
poor guy.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, okay, Alex Goomba. All right. So I still don't know who it is, and he's blabbering on.
So wait a minute. When he said it's Alex Goomba, you went, oh, okay, yeah, Alex, I'm sorry. Is that what you did, or did you just?
I played along.
Okay, you played along. Okay.
Because I'm stalling, and he's telling me that he lives in the area now. Selwood, you know where that is, Aaron?
Yeah.
He's there, and blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking, okay, because of his age, he's around my daughter's age.
Oh, that's understandable. Yeah, because that means they've changed a lot since you maybe seen them. Yeah.
Well, it puts it in a time frame.
Well,
years ago, I worked with high school kids from my local church, and he would be about the age of someone that I might have known back then.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking about that time, racking my brain, anybody named Alex, and I can't think of anyone. So he's saying, I told him that I was warming up to go play. He was there with a friend, and they were just hitting some balls. And, he says, well, maybe, we'll think about going out and playing with you, because I was by myself. And I said, yeah, sure. So he goes to his area with his friend, and then I continue to warm up. And during the whole time, I'm thinking, okay, who is this guy? Alex. I still have no idea who he is. None.
Oh.
So I'm just like, he's wanting to play golf with me. That's going to be awkward.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, how can I get out of this? So I'm done warming up. So I go over to his stall area. Him and his friend are hitting. And I said, well, what's the verdict? And he says, well, it's getting kind of late. We'd like to go out with you, but, we really can't. Maybe some other time. And I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
And then he says, maybe I could hook up with you later, at some future date.
You just give me your name, your number, and
then he says, I'm sure you'd like. My dad would like to play too. My dad plays once a week, and I'm like, apparently I know his dad.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So who named Alex? His dad and him play golf that I've known, and I have no idea. I said, kind of stringing along. I said, well, you could contact me on Facebook, and maybe, we could set up a golf date. I'll play golf with anybody, seriously. And he says, oh yeah, or I could just call you. So apparently
he has your number.
Alex dude has my phone number.
You have no idea who he is.
No, I don't know who he is.
Oh.
Hey, buddy, remember when we were at the thing and it was so great? And yeah, it was a great time.
So we said goodbyes. I head out to the golf course, and for the rest of the round, I'm thinking, okay, if he calls me, what am I going to say? Because if we somehow make a date for golfing, am I going to be able to pull off not knowing who he is and nodding when he's talking about stuff we used to do or people that we commonly know or whatever.
But Gary, that's the key, because the longer you do know him because you've met him, and so you can go from there and let him backtrack and take you into the past, and you can go, oh yeah, I remember that.
I don't know if I could pull that off.
Okay.
But that's the situation I'm in now, is that he may be calling me any day. Yeah, I spoke to my dad. We'd love to get together. So I'm going to be golfing with two complete strangers that think they know me, or think I know them,
or think that you remember them.
Right?
Because maybe you do know them, you just don't remember.
No,
you might know
I might.
You probably know the dad on site. You probably would know the dad on site.
I doubt it, because if it's been that long, I wouldn't recognize him anyway, even if I did know him, like 20 years ago.
That is remarkable, though, that he would remember you from, if it was somebody like in the church group. Now, granted, you probably haven't changed a ton, whereas if he was in high school and now he's
right, that's
30,
what I'm thinking.
It's a big difference. Somebody young and then you see him as an adult, you do not recognize them.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why you've got to be that. I throw this on the people. Like, it drives me nuts when people come up to my table at a con and the banner's behind me. It says Aaron Lopresti, right? So they know who I am. So they're not the one walking by going, gosh, I know him. What's his, it's right there. Right. So then they come up and say, hey, Aaron, how's it going? And I'm like, hey, because you don't remember. And I always, whenever I go up to somebody, I always go, like, even guys that maybe should remember me, I will go up and say, hey, so-and-so, Aaron Lopresti. And they're like, oh, of course I know who you are. And I'm like, oh, I just don't take anything for granted. And if it's somebody you just met one time, I'll go, hey, Aaron Lopresti, we went to dinner at such. I mean, I throw it all out there on the table so they are not left in an awkward situation.
No, that happens to me all the time. And luckily, some conventions, everyone is wearing a badge with their name. Yeah, but
it's always turned around so you can't read the name.
Right. And the worst example, I think I told the story a while ago of this happening to me. A guy was standing at my table. He was about my age, and he was listening to a conversation I was having with somebody else about art, and he was contributing comments every once in a while, and his comments were always, knowledgeable. They were good. Mm-hmm. I had no idea who this guy was. And then he stood there for like a good 20, 30 minutes while this other guy is just, rambling on. It wasn't somebody that really, the guy rambling on, I didn't really know him. So the conversation wasn't that important, but it was still, it was a conversation. The guy's a human being. So after a while, the guy's like, oh yeah, good talking to you, Gary. And he starts to leave. And I thought, okay, I want to say, call him by his name, and I just happened to look at his name tag, and it was Dave Gibbons.
Oh my God!
No, wait a minute.
And he had been standing there for half an hour, and I squandered that half an hour with this dude.
That's funny,
Gary. I could just see the words "fail" going right across you at that moment.
Yep. Big time.
Oh, that big is.
Yeah, Dave Gibbons knows a little bit about art.
You ain't succeed.
Yeah, major failure. See, that's the thing. Whenever I meet somebody famous like that, I don't forget. Now, I have seen people. What happens?
I had never met him. I'd only seen.
Oh, that's different.
At that point, I had only seen photographs.
Oh, okay. So he was was next level because he knew you. Of course, you had a name. You probably had a banner up, right, or something.
Oh yeah, and I had inked some of the stuff at DC, and
yeah, but he might not know you by sight. But then he walks by and he sees, oh, there's Gary Martin.
Right.
He had an advantage over you.
Yeah.
I
Did you
had
run after him, go, Dave.
I should.
Hey, Aaron,
Yeah.
check the private chat.
Yeah. I'm checking.
Check.
Okay, so what am I looking for?
It's a link right there.
Link.
I know, but I hit the link and it took me right to our broadcast. Why did it do that? Yeah, it just opened up another screen for StreamYard and started.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What?
That's exactly what it did.
Hold on. There we go.
David's confusing me.
I didn't mean to. Sorry. Here we go.
You've been bamboozled.
You got it?
Let me see. No, it keeps taking me back to Graybeards.
No. There you go.
Okay, that one. Okay. Okay. All right. Hang on a second here. I gotta. Okay. Looks like sleeping psychopathy has been busy at work again.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
And go full screen.
Okay, here we go. Hold on, folks. Will the shaman continue for me?
Oh, I
Don't
got
leave, Gary.
multiple
This
things
is
open. Hang on.
the alley.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like, oh, man. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Okay, now that's freaking cool.
Hang on. I've got like
Check it out.
This is
multiple
brilliant.
screens open here.
It kind of looks very much like us too. It's not like sometimes the AI doesn't always capture it right. Like
Hey,
that
hang on a
looks
second.
like us.
I've got this whole
Yeah,
thing
let's see that
screwed up.
again.
Dudes, we look badass.
Except for the hat.
Okay, here it is.
That's okay. Look at that. That is cool, man. No, I love
Look
that.
at that, yeah. Berserker at the wheel.
Man, Gary, you're serious about them. Ordinance.
Okay, that is
All right, that was awesome.
that is great use of AI.
Freaking cool.
That's
Thank
really
you
good.
for that. I really like it.
Yeah, that's really good.
Thank you, Jamie. Or sleeping coffee. No.
Sleeping psychopathy. Okay, so here's getting back to our topic.
See, I would watch that movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I would too, man.
Well, the thing is, if they can do this now, in the future, they'll be able to pump in a whole, put the faces in there. It'd be a whole movie, a real movie.
Yep. Now, okay, this sucks. But anyway, so I had
Randy House says protecting the West Coast from the hippies.
I had Mark Bagley, who I have known for years, comes up to me at, I think it was Portland. And he's like, hey, Aaron, how's it going? And I look and I knew him. I couldn't think of his name. I could not for the life of me think of his name in that moment, And I was like, having this conversation. He finally goes, it's me, it's Mark Bagley. And then I had to go, of course I know it's you, But
yeah.
I mean,
Did he invite you to go play golf?
No. I mean, I knew it was him. I just couldn't think of his name. It was
right. Well, that's normal.
I
remember
also,
one time,
you guys,
I remember one time I forgot the names of one of my friends' kids, and they're right there. The kid's right there. I'm like, and
I do that all the time.
They're, and I was like,
All
it
the
was
time.
so embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh.
I did that to my granddaughter not too long ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
And my son goes, "You mean Sadie?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I was trying to come up with." I guess that is just kind of like this sort of old age thing, sort of starting to creep in a little bit.
Well, I don't know, because I've always done it.
Sounds like it's been my whole life.
Exactly.
Um,
Nothing new there.
So
that'll be it. At some point, the doctors will diagnose it, me as having Alzheimer's, and my wife will go, "No, that's it's the same thing.
That's just how
he's fine. He's fine.
He's always been like that." I had somebody come up to me, and here's the thing: sometimes you can recognize a name, but if you don't have the context for it, you don't recognize it. Like someone come up from the chat, right, and say, "Hey, Aaron, this is whatever the real name is," and go so and so, or "Hey, let's use Duck Bacon for an example, right?" And I'll sit there and go, Duck Bacon. Where do I know that? Mm-hmm. Instead of saying Duck Bacon from the chat in Graybeards, then you go, bam, got it.
Right.
And so this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, I'm so and so," and I went, yeah, or he did the whole, like you were talking about, "Hey, good to see you again, blah blah blah. What are you up to?" Blah, and I had no freaking clue who he was. And then he goes, he gave me his code name, and he goes, "I'm so and so." And I vaguely remember it, but I still couldn't really pin it down. And then he goes, so he was talking a little bit more, and he goes, "Yeah, I remember when you did this on Mike's show, right?" And I'm like, "Mike who?" And it was Mike Miller. But as soon as he said Mike Miller, and then he said, "Oh, so-and-so, another person with a code name says hi." And I'm just scrambling in my brain trying to connect all these code names to what particular show and what particular chat. And finally, when he said Mike, he said, "Yeah, Mike Miller." Then I went, okay, he's talking about the draw stream we used to do on Mike Miller's channel. And these are two people from Mike Miller's chat. Yes, now I remember. But it was an ordeal to get there because I wasn't getting enough information.
Yeah.
The two people in Mike Miller's chat, that was cool.
You said that. I didn't. But yeah, David and I used to go on there all the time, and I haven't been on there in forever. So, a guy that's a regular in that chat saying, "Hey," and I'm like,
So if you had not put that together, would you want to spend like half a day with them hitting golf balls and pretending that you know them? See, I'm still in that dilemma. I would roll with terrified that he's going to call me.
Well, but see, if he calls you and says, "What's his name? Alex?"
Alex, yeah.
It's not. Wait a minute. It's not Randy's son, is it? Randy Emberland.
That's who it is.
His son is named Alex.
That's who it is.
Well done, Aaron. Oh, good show.
He does not. He put on some weight. He does not look like the Alex that I knew.
Now, it would have been funny if he
would have my phone number. His dad plays golf once a week. That's got to be him.
It'd be funny if he shows up with Randy and you didn't recognize Randy.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. Well,
that's gotta be Alex Emberland.
Yep.
Got to be.
Because he does golf. Alex does golf. I know that. I remember that. But I haven't seen him since he was like 12, so I wouldn't recognize him in a million years.
I'm going to call Aaron Colombo from this point on.
Yeah, well done, Aaron. Nailed it.
Yeah. Aaron, thank you. I never would have gotten that because the Alex that I remember, he was like graduating from college, to the Alex that I saw yesterday, he looks completely different.
Well, yeah, and these younger kids, they don't even think in terms of how much they've changed, right? Because they see you and they go, "Oh, that's Gary," and then you've known him for years, but you haven't seen him for years, and they don't think, "Oh, yeah, I've changed quite a bit since he last saw me."
Oh man, that takes a load off. Woo!
So now you can go golf with him and Randy.
Yeah, now I can. Yeah.
And now it's a funny story.
Well, apparently I know his dad, and they have my phone number.
Who could it be?
Now, do you have like a phone book you can kind of confirm the number and that sort of thing, or?
Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't remember having his number, but Randy does.
Okay. Maybe call up Randy and say, "Hey, I saw someone you know very well recently."
No, I'm pretty sure that's.
It's got to be. It's the only thing
that's Randy's son. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because you do know his dad clearly.
Yeah.
And now that you can put it together, now does the memory kick in now that the way he looks and stuff? That
no, but his height.
I mean, do you remember the child? Do you remember the boy?
He just put on like 40 pounds.
Right. But I'm saying, do you remember what the boy looked like?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's in the realm of possibility, looks wise.
It could. Yeah. No, that's him. I'm
okay.
I'm 100% sure that's him.
Okay. But see, that's what I'm getting at, where there's like the responsibility of the person approaching you has some responsibility in helping you along, especially if they were young, you haven't seen them in 20 years and they don't, they weren't an adult the last time you saw them.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen Randy in a long time. Randy's a year older than I am, year older or a year younger, I don't remember. And he hasn't done comics in a long time, but he still does shows.
Yeah. Yeah. I see him all the time, but
the last time I saw him was at a show in Salem, Oregon, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got the same beard. I mean, you'd know him.
Yeah, he's very similar. Yeah, he doesn't.
But his son, that's something.
Yeah, his son. Yeah.
I remember Randy did.
That's
he did a lot of Doctor. He did a lot of Doctor Strange, didn't he?
He did some. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
he was mostly known for inking Bagley on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did that for years. He was there for Carnage.
Creative Face says she saw Randy at the SummerCon.
Yeah, he was just 2 tables down from me.
Yeah.
Me and Chris Warner. Chris said, "Hey, Aaron." I'm like, I know this guy, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
The weird thing is how much it matters when you see someone out of place, out of context.
Yes,
not the normal person.
He doesn't look like he did the last time I saw him.
Yeah, but I'm saying people who long
ago, maybe 10 years ago was the last time I saw him.
Like I'm talking about just people that look the same, but I won't put them together because they're out of context. And it's like your kid's teacher, like, wait a minute, you're her teacher. You don't bowl. You don't have a life outside of teaching, do you? You're just thinking they're always in that school. They never leave the school. They're inside of it.
Dan, according to Sequential Treasures, he says Randy inked you on Strange Tales number 12.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Well, that's what I mean. It was part of the Strange Tales, and that's when I first saw him. On the Doctor Strange and all that kind of stuff. He was doing the Doctor Strange stuff in there. So when I came on.
Yeah. Creative Fake. Chris Warner is a lib.
Oh yeah. But
and so is Randy, by the way.
Yeah. Saying someone in comics, I mean, you just assume that they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we have to kind of context there.
And they live in Portland.
Are they libs who hate
and they live and grew up in Portland.
Yes, so that answers all your questions. My biggest problem that I have, well, one of my big problems is, like somebody you see regularly or you talk to regularly, but you don't see their wife regularly, right? And
Mhm.
so
I hope not.
I can't remember like the wife's name. Like I'll see somebody and I'm like, hey, you know, and I know the wife, but it's like I have not uttered her name in like 3 years. So it's like I can't even. What's your wife's name again? I hate doing that. Like
No, I mean your memory is much better than mine. I do that from con to con. I'll see someone that I saw at the previous convention, and I don't remember their name.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, I'm that way too. I mean, I'm terrible. So you guys, when you come up and talk to us at shows, fully identify yourself. Come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm Marcus Killigrew from your chat on Graybeards." Then I'll go, "Oh, that Marcus Killigrew." Okay.
Exactly. The moral of this story is we don't know who the heck you are. Please identify yourself up front. Don't torture us with anecdotes.
Yeah, even with Marcus Killigrew, I know what he looks like. I've seen him. I've been on live streams with him, but seeing someone in person almost is a little different still.
And out of, like you said, out of context, you're not necessarily expecting to see person, whoever that may be,
right?
And so it takes a minute.
I mean, I think even like their voice may sound a little different and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. So.
Just remember. Did you ever meet someone? Have you guys had the experience yet of meeting someone online and they're like really tall or really short? Like, because you can't really tell heights. Like even on this show, I didn't know Gary was so tall, you know. So that you guys told me.
Well, yeah, you always get like ideas in your head about so and so is like this or like that. Then you meet them in person, you're like, whoa, I didn't know you were, you know.
Brian Smith says Gary wants to read your name off of your credit card.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh, now I remember. Cha-ching. If properly motivated, you remember the name.
Now you're talking my language.
That's right. I remember.
I definitely remember this guy.
When I get people that say, "Oh yeah, I bought artwork from you 2 years ago," and you're like, "Okay, thank you," but I still don't remember.
I usually remember people who like buy stuff from me at shows.
Well, if they're regular buyers, yeah.
No, even one thing, you know, I'm not talking about prints or comics or books. I'm, you know, like artwork.
Yeah, like there was this guy, Art Adams, and
yeah.
Oh, he came up to me and wanted my artwork.
I never forgot him after that.
Well, it's just, you know, it's like anything else. If you see him regularly, even in the convention circuit, then you get to know him and you recognize him. You expect to see him on the convention circuit, and so when you do, it's not like, you know. But it's always when the person comes up, like you don't see him coming. You don't have time to. They're just right there, and they're like, "Hey,
suddenly they're right there." Yeah. I've said this many times that I think like the highest compliment I can get from, I mean, as an artist, from someone is when they buy my artwork, that they're willing to, you know, reach in and pay me for something I've done. That's the best compliment I can get, you know. So I probably will remember you if you buy something. Just saying.
No, or if you compliment him. That's really what he just said, compliments too.
So. The biggest compliment Gary ever got was from Bernie Wrightson. That's what he'll never get.
Well, that's true.
Seriously,
Bernie liked my inking, Dan.
And I will never forget it either.
Did he buy you? Did he buy the piece?
No. It's like, what's funny, Aaron, every time you tell that story, it's a little different.
It's a little more painful. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, you expand on it. I remember that differently than how you tell it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it better or worse?
That's because you expand on it every time you tell it.
Well, because I think there's probably some emotional content in there.
Never
run away.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Repairman Jack says Redondo was born in U.S. territory, Gary.
Yeah, you idiot, Gary.
All right, I stand corrected.
You got to go apologize to the guy now.
Oh, well.
Eric Boyd says, whoa, these colors are truly popping on Dan's shadow.
Hmm.
He's got that red, that Kelsey red going.
Are they vibrant?
Oh,
He says popping. They're
it's
popping.
like,
Yeah, but okay. But I'm just,
I would
popping's
say
okay,
that red is vibrant.
Okay, good.
it's peacockish.
I want to hear people say it though,
It's peacockish, Dan.
Okay.
Fits your.
Yeah, I'm not loving the peacock thing actually, but
I am actually.
that military one, I'll take that.
All right. Well, we got to get going here pretty quick because I got another show to do in like 18.
Yeah, your cooler show.
Well, actually, I have to do the introduction to this week's landing party. We reviewed the Mel Gibson film, The Patriot. And,
what you got? Well, I don't want to spoil it, but what'd you think of it? Because
despite it was directed by Roland Emmerich, I enjoyed it.
I don't know why I didn't love it, but it was well done. I have to say that. But
it's a Hollywood version of the Revolutionary War. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like depends on what you want from your movie, I guess.
Is it theater worthy?
I saw it in the theater.
I know, but is it theater worthy? Or can I wait?
It's like from it's the year 2000, Gary. So you're not seeing it in a theater. You have to see it on TV.
Okay.
I saw it for free on a streaming service. So
okay.
All right, let's wrap this thing up because even though I didn't quite finish Deathlock's hand, I just don't like where this is going. I'll admit it freely. He's a little
bad.
He's a little
stocky. I would not say this is a fail.
Didn't quite.
It's just the lower side hips are kind of a little chunky. That's all.
Yeah, he's a little thick.
Yeah, he's kind of thick. Yeah,
a little short waisted there. I wanted him kind of bent over, and it just doesn't quite.
Honestly, besides that, it's excellent though.
He goes, besides the crappy drawing, Aaron.
No, just it looks like he's got love handles. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, it looks a little heavy, but the face is okay.
Yeah,
this is great.
What's that, David?
What's sucking on his nipple?
That's like this wire that that goes connects.
Yeah, I don't recall it being that low.
Yeah, it might have been up a little higher. There's Gollum. There's Gollum. Well, how long is Deathlock's nipple?
Oh man,
Art of Roy saying what he says every week about my artwork. It's boring, Aaron.
Man,
let's see. Corey Landis says he'll be fine after he takes a dump. So you see, it's just it just did not work out.
Yeah, see, your misgivings on this piece was kind of vague. Leave it to the chat to be specific.
Yeah. Anyway, Repairman Jack's being kind. He says Aaron is definitely in first place. Of course, I haven't shown anybody else's. So.
Wait a minute. What the hell?
Let's see what David got accomplished here today. Well, as usual, it's like halfway there, but it looks really cool.
It does look cool.
I don't like it. I want to do something completely different. That's why I stopped.
Well, I like you got the low angle going. It's dramatic. I like it.
I think it's really cool. I love the forced perspective, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So look at us all just being critical of ours. Now, the difference is David's critical of his work, but no one in the chat is. When I'm critical of my work, they just pile on.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That doesn't seem fair.
No, really
they're just waiting for you to be hesitant.
Okay. He's a monster. Wants us to know he got veneers the other day. Now my teeth are big, he said. So. All right, David. Actually, I think you got something there, but we'll let you be the judge of your own work. Here's Dan. Now this, I love that face. I love how you did the shadow up there, and the shadow on the shadow.
The hat shadow.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to finish it totally. I'm just gonna go with some grays, but
It has to be dark though, right?
yeah, it's gonna be black, darker. So I hope it doesn't. I don't, because I actually like all the kind of line work in it, sort of.
Right.
And if
Well, you don't. The gray doesn't have to be that dark.
I know,
because you're doing the heavy lifting with the black.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see how it works out. But yeah, it's not too bad.
I would say, look at how Kevin Nolan colors his own Batman.
There you go.
No, it's not about the color and the blah blah blah. It's about the guns. And Dan won on the guns.
It's about the what?
The guns.
The guns.
Guns, yeah. No, that's true. He nailed the guns. Gollum Wolf says, I bet Dan is happy with it.
Fairly happy. We'll see how it happens if I don't ruin it.
Well, according to Night Elf DK.
Yep. That shadow is interesting.
Your drawing is interesting.
There it is.
And I don't know. It doesn't fill me with confidence.
This is just, I think guns just threw us. I mean, guns are just, look at, I drew Fat Deathlock. What is wrong with me? Why would I draw Fat Deathlock?
Oh, we should do that. We should do that one day. Do fat versions of characters.
Yeah. Well, I did that on the Alpha, or not the Alpha flight. What was that?
Dart from
yeah, Artari Force. Yeah, I did Fat Dart.
So
you
Aaron,
look cute though.
Aaron,
in a fat way.
Now is when you're realizing that.
Aaron drew Nipsey Russell.
Oh man,
this is going in the trash.
No, a little bit of weight. Just take off the love handles. He's just narrowing those hips. You got yourself a really good piece, Aaron.
Fat Deathlock, aka Nipsey Russell.
It's yeah.
I got to move his nip up to here.
Don't worry about the nip. I'm just talking about
trim
put some shadow in on the hips and make that rib cage come out.
Yeah, the waist and the hips.
It's gonna look good. Yeah, it's
a
pretty good piece. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll put it in the old drawer and see what happens. Okay, guys, we got to run.
It'll come out better later.
Well, I bet it'll either in 3 months it'll look either way better or way worse.
It's like magic beans.
Yep, exactly. All right, I want to thank everybody.
Hey, let's just sell guys. Check out Barbaric Adventures magazine.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Dan.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just going to end the show.
No, I was going to say check out Check out Barbaric Adventures magazines. All three of us are contributing.
Well, you're showing too much, Dan.
That's all right.
It's a black and white grayscale Savage Tales sort of tribute book, if you will, featuring our stories by Dan Lawless, David Williams, myself, and a pinup by Gary Martin. So this is a quality project, 64 pages, square bound, beautiful, painted covers. Check out the link in the description of this video, also pinned to the top of the chat. If you haven't,
you're gonna kick yourself, guys, if you don't get this book.
You absolutely are.
And buy a couple extras to pass around to your friends if you don't.
That's what I say.
And help us grow this comic book world of independent comics, man. This is an opportunity they never had before in the industry.
Don't let Fat Deathlock dissuade you.
Yes. Yeah.
No one in my story
we're actually draw ourselves.
Does not represent
the quality of art in this book.
Well, maybe anyway. Deathlock, let himself go.
That's Alex.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the super chats and the conversation as always. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate it. Huge audience today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week right here on Graybeard's Studio. Good night.
Corn dogs. Corn dogs. Corn dogs.